Beautiful America. All right. Here we're going to get lucky. We're starting with the good girls. We have the girls match coming right up. And ladies and gentlemen, here they are. The third girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, A Star is Shining is coming to you live from Gleason's Gym, and we are just about to get underway, folks, and we are so excited that you are able to join us right now, getting ready for the women's division to kick us off hot and kick us off right.
Okay, we can start all over again. Okay, let's give her a hand. We have a first referee girl here, and her name is Nina. All right, here we go. Coming from the dressing room. There she is. Wild one, the wild girl, Stephanie.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have an absolutely scintillating encounter coming up to kick off this action. For weeks, the group known as Disturbia has been circling each other like sharks in that ring on WUW Flash. And tonight, they will have an opportunity.
All right, I
Little.
don't have to announce her no more. She likes to know who she is. All right, here we go. Next one is, and this is a three-way, Eliza B.
And boy, oh boy, if you thought psychotic sweetheart Stephanie had energy coming to the ring, the bad girl Alyssa also coming to the...
Eliza B, there she is. That's Eliza B, the one and only, you know her, the Mad Girl Reign. Mad Girl Reign.
And folks, you are in for many things in this match. You are in for some excellent competition. You are in for a hard-fought battle, and you are in to be a little disturbed. This faction calling themselves Disturbia because they consider themselves on the cutting edge of psychosis, and you are going to see that in the way that they interact here. All three of these women in varying degrees of being unhinged, and we will see how that plays out in this match this evening. Circling each other to start this encounter, much like sharks seizing up their prey. And oh my goodness, Lady Rain off to a quick start there with shots. And Psychotic Sweetheart and Alyssa both firing back in kind. And this is getting bruising early, ladies and gentlemen. Alyssa coming in with those shots, throwing those elbows to the chest and chin. And the Psychotic Sweetheart, oh my goodness. Well, you saw the disciplined offense of Alyssa earlier being completely overridden here by the absolute uncontrollable rage of the Psychotic Sweetheart, and suddenly things have gotten a little bit fraught and a little bit pacey early. Right now we could see an early cover here. Lady Rain coming in, but Psychotic Sweetheart is not going to allow that to happen. And ladies and gentlemen, it is getting concerning in that ring early. A lot of pent-up aggression. And these women consider each other friends, believe it or not. Have been teaming up on WUW Flash and have designs on the future of this division of themselves, but only if they can start to come to an accord between each other. Lady Rain taken to the corner there by Alyssa. She's going to try and follow with a body block and does so. Coming in, brutal clotheslines. And once again, you see these ladies going for crisp offense yet again, but time and time again breaking down due to the emotional acuities in this match that are present. Again, these ladies all see the opportunity at the mountaintop in the women's division, and they are fighting clearly tooth and nail to get themselves there. Lady Rain standing up the smaller Psychotic Sweetheart, and oh my goodness, she's got control of the head. Oh my goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen, smashing her head headlong into that post, and this is getting dangerous very, very quickly. Lady Rain moving Alyssa down to the corner here, doing some real damage, and this is where she uses her size and strength to her absolute advantage, using that leverage there to stand on back Mad Girl Alyssa, but the Psychotic Sweetheart yet again, oh my goodness, tearing at the face and hands and shrieking in the process. We are seeing a little bit of the ultra violence, and we are seeing it early on here. Lady Rain, oh my goodness, Lady Rain might be in a position where she needs to tap it. Mad Girl Alyssa coming in, pulling off the Psychotic Sweetheart. And this is equal parts catfight and wrestling match, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I have to state that this faction has been doing damage on WUW Flash week in, week out. But oh my goodness gracious, there you see Alyssa bringing in her jiu-jitsu background, tearing at the shoulder and the elbow there of the Psychotic Sweetheart Stephanie, and Lady Rain is going to do everything in her power to break it up. She knows how quickly a match like that can end in an instant when you rend at the joints and when you bring that kind of pain. And this is a kind of pain all her own. She's got Mad Girl Alyssa up. Could she bring her down? Lifts her up into the snake eyes, just bashing her head right into the corner. And the vicious assault continuing as the boots going right to the heart of Alyssa. And Lady Rain looking scary here, trying to see if she can be at the top of this faction, ladies and gentlemen. But the Psychotic Sweetheart, not to be denied, continuing to go viciously after all of her opponents in this match, continuing to just have a complete and utter break with reality. This is a very dangerous situation, ladies and gentlemen. And now locking it in a modified crossface almost, trying to get the pinfall, or trying to get the submission, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, cannot quite get it as Alyssa once again injects herself into the situation. And now these women, ladies and gentlemen, are beating each other limb from limb. It's hard to imagine this match could go much further. But that elbow was blocked, and once again she's going to ride her down and is going for that arm bar. My goodness gracious. And Lady Rain's got it scoped out, though. She's going to come in here. Oh, and pulling at the eyes and at the hair of Alyssa. And suddenly the complexion of this match has changed yet again, ladies and gentlemen. This triple threat has been all chaos from the word go, and it has been hard to keep track. And yet another arm bar here. Stephanie's shoulders are down, can't get her out. Can Lady Rain? And Alyssa, it's her turn to uncover the submission. Goes for the pin. Not going to happen. It is just an absolute free-for-all at this moment, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see these women starting to come to grips with that, starting to realize it might take a second to measure your opponent as much as you can when you're a little bit crazy, but it comes down to measuring your opponent, getting somebody neutralized in this triple threat, and trying to take advantage of the opening. Absolute pandemonium, ladies and gentlemen. There is no other way to describe it, as these three women are absolutely rending each other apart. Once again, and ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, we want this to be a technical wrestling match. We want to show you how real this is, but unfortunately, the reality has been taken over here by the fact that these women just want to beat each other senseless. It is organized chaos. It is disorganized chaos. It is everything and more you could expect to start this show off hot, and these ladies are certainly delivering here, as we could be seeing a double team. Oh, hang on! And the ref, unfortunately, the official made the mistake of getting her in the way, and she is being taken on and out by Disturbia here, getting on the same page only when it comes to beating another person outside of themselves. And this is ugly. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Tearing at every official, trying to take every single member of our officiating crew down. And we have just started this event, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's got to get these three women under control. This is an absolute travesty. Oh my goodness, and more picking these officials apart. I tell you what, the bell has been rung. This match has been thrown out. But these three women are showing right now that when they team up and when they go after you, it is downright disturbing. Oh no, my goodness, no, don't do this to the officials! Lady Rain hits the Mayhem Maker right in the middle of the ring on senior official Chris Cason, and that is just injustice personified. I ask you, is that right? Is that just? These three women, I grant you, they were tearing each other apart, but the moment something even slightly didn't go according to plan, they completely and utterly threw this match out. And you can hear it from these fans, ladies and gentlemen. They are not happy. And I do not blame them. Well, we will try to calm things down here at ringside as the officials have finally been able to clear the ring. Chris Cason, it looks like he is going to be okay, if only just. And we are going to try and get things settled down here and bring you the rest of this evening. And it is quite the evening we have for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, here we go. Second match. He is the man, the one and only, JP the King.
And we are going to jump right back into it, ladies and gentlemen, with singles action, and it will involve my broadcast colleague, King John of the Broadway, as I am being joined at this time by
Who's that out there, Jack Manley?
well, as you can hear, folks, I've been joined by Bang Bang Barry Malone as Broadway takes a little bit of a tumble coming into the ring. Bang Bang, I hesitate to ask, but what brings you here this early in the card? The Honchos have quite the evening ahead of them.
Jack Manley, don't give out no secrets before they happen. I'm out here. It's kind of become a 2020 tradition for me to come out here and give a little commentary while these boys are out there. I know John Broadway, he helps you out back here. I thought I might help both of us out right now.
Well, I can understand the, and thank you for the support, Bang Bang. I appreciate the sentiment, but forgive me if I have a little bit of a problem trusting the Honchos at their word, as you guys have, as we've seen on Flash over the last several weeks. You folks have been absolutely at the throats of every single member of the WUW wrestling locker room. And so I understand that you're out here scouting talent, but at the same time, I wonder whether or not you have an ulterior motive being here, Bang Bang.
It's the same as I always said, Jack Manley. Nothing ever changed when the Honcho keeps his word. Now, you might have seen a New Year's resolution in January. That went so well, I said, well, I might as well keep doing what I'm doing. Nothing changed. We're still the champs. I'm going to show you that part a little bit later, but I don't know. Broadway, he's always had my back. I gotta be honest with you. So now I'm gonna come out here and get a ringside seat at. But what is going on?
What is going on right now is that John Broadway, the King, is about to go toe-to-toe with the Irish Virus, Bruce Agar, who seems like he is in a rare mood tonight, and maybe even rarer form. And look at that. Is Broadway showing you're going to do your jig, I'm going to do one right back, playing some mind games early.
I don't know what he's trying, but it's working. These people, I don't think they're listening to what he's saying.
I think they are right on that, Bang Bang. And from what I can tell, it is all mind games for both these men early. Two heavy hitters in the ring and wanting to make sure that when they go after each other, they make those shots land with a true impact.
Yep, yeah. I mean, they might be out there dancing and now, but you know once that bell rings, pretty much everyone here gets to it. It's going to be a fight at some point.
Absolutely, and you see right there starting to finally go back and forth to feel each other out with these quick grapples to start the match. Broadway showing off that veteran skill, but Bruce Agar, not to be denied here, is keeping up and keeping the chicanery going.
I think he started celebrating St. Patrick's Day a little early. You cannot, I don't care who you are, you cannot deny King Broadway in all of his experience.
No, you
saw
cannot.
right away, he can reverse anything you got, and when you start screwing around, he gives it right back to you.
Well, Bang Bang, I will give you credit on that. King John of the Broadway has represented WUW Wrestling proudly for 12 years, and you can see that proficiency as he comes in with an absolutely torrid strike to the back.
And when you get it, when you start giving it to someone like that, he's going to find a way to give it right back.
That being said, the Irish Virus is getting himself up and is carrying himself well early in this match. Is a young man getting involved in this business only in the last couple of years, but not to be denied. The skill is clearly there.
Yeah, I say it's all adrenaline. Once it wears out, King Broadway going to do his thing like he always does.
That may be
This little
so.
dog will get tired.
Well, that may be so, but from where I'm standing, that little dog right now has King John of the Broadway down in a beautiful chin lock.
Yeah, but he'll have to work himself up. That's standard precautions. I don't know, to get those shoulders off the mat.
I don't know. Well, Broadway manages to slip himself out of that one with a beautiful maneuver. Very versatile is the veteran, and using that positioning to take out the left arm of the Irish Virus, a very smart offensive maneuver.
Now, if I did that, you would say it's illegal.
Well, I would only say that was illegal, Bang Bang, if you continue to do the illegal things that you boys do. You know, cheating from outside of the ring, cheating by grabbing somebody's hair, somebody's eyes. Meanwhile, the Irish Virus there showing a form clothesline, doing everything by the book and trying to take this one home clean.
Oh, he was starting to find his rhythm there. I thought he might take the next step, but
He
now
was.
Broadway right back on
A
top.
beautiful combo. This could be it. Not going to go down just yet. That elbow drop kick combination by Broadway to stunning effect, but Irish Bruce Agar showing some
He got
real...
right back up like it was nothing.
He's showing his inner Tyson Fury, getting up after a knockout blow like The Undertaker and getting inside of Broadway, it must be said. I think he might have gotten something from that maneuver. And right there you see it. Both men thinking the same idea, going for those shoulder tackles. And right now, the veteran has to be impressed with the young man.
Yeah, you got to think right there, double shoulder tackle. You got to make split-second decision. When he does something you can't predict, look, it could hurt both guys.
Oh, my
there.
goodness. And speaking of unpredictable,
Oh, my Lord.
what in the world is Irish Bruce? Oh, my goodness. He tried to airplane spin him almost.
Good.
And
Got
the
him in
Kings
good position now.
and
Got
he-
him in good position now.
trying to lock in that King's tax. And the King's tax is locked in, and that is going to be it for Irish Bruce Agar.
Wow, Jack Manley. I thought that match could have went one of two ways, but as it turns out, just like normal, what I said was going to happen did happen. King Broadway getting his hand raised right there.
Make no mistake, a very good showing by Irish Bruce Agar, but when all was said and done, the veteran experience of the King comes through.
Yep, he tried to use all of his energy right there at the beginning. King Broadway just being smart about his technique, used it against him, and then when he made that final mistake, caught him just like a dog.
To absolute effect. Right you are, Bang Bang. It is rare that I'm willing to give you Honcho's credit, but this time you've got it exactly right.
Well, I'm telling you, Jack Manley, I'm kind of getting used to this.
Well, don't get too used to it, as you guys have been in a vaunted position for a while now, but we will see how that pans out.
Yeah, I know the camera's not on me, but when I come out there, it's usually all eyes on me. Good or bad, doesn't matter to me. Now, who's this? Is this a new ref we got? I ain't seen him before.
It is indeed our new junior official, Michael. Should be mentioned going into this match that the asinine assassin, Adam Bailey, has taken a real liking to this young man, as you saw last
That
week.
was on Flash, right?
That's correct. It was this week on Flash. Adam Bailey meeting the new guy and almost, intimating he might want to take him under his wing.
Interesting. I'm sure he's out there reffing his match with something in mind. Usually, those two types of things is not just coincidence.
Well, we will see, but equally as interesting is this pairing between Adam Bailey and Alpha Zero as King John of the Broadway
Oh, here
joining
he
us.
comes. All right. Hey, congratulations, my man.
Thank you.
I watched it. I loved what you did. Let him get tired, wear himself out, get him right at the end.
It was quite the impressive match. King Broadway coming back to commentary here.
Speaking of that, I think I came out here and saw what I needed to. Got a lot more for you out there, all my fans listening in. You better watch all the matches coming up. I'll be watching them. They steal a lot of stuff from the honchos, so if I do it, I'm sure it'll look better. Jack Manley, good luck.
Well, Bang Bang Barry Malone leaving us here as we are getting ready for tag team action. Never one to mince words or let you know how great he is, but right now being joined by another man who must be feeling pretty great, and that is King John of the Broadway. Broadway, a successful match there against the Irish Virus, Bruce Agar.
Of course it was successful. I fought it.
But right now we will see whether or not one of these two teams can rise to that same level of success. A very interesting pairing on both ends.
I don't know. I feel that it's kind of evenly matched, to be honest with you.
Evenly matched, certainly. However, I do find it curious to see a man of the asinine assassin's disposition matched up with a kid who is all heart the way that Alpha Zero is. And on the other side, you have Eric Barroso, who has been under the wing of Big Al for the last month, pairing up with the Rockweiler, who has had business of his own to attend to. All four of these men trying to get into this because they see opportunities to rise up the rankings, whether it be for tag team titles, the North American title, the New York State title, or even that heavyweight title down the line. If you can show out on a match like this, you can make your way up the card.
Well, I'm telling you, it doesn't even matter because I've been in the ring with all of these competitors, and no matter what the ranking is, what they're going for, it's a tough fight.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a tough fight if Eric Barroso is able to keep up that kind of energy. Looking absolutely enthused, and the Asinine Assassin wants nothing to do with that. Comes in with a quick palm strike and an elbow to the top of the head to boot. And now, ladies and gentlemen, starting to settle into this match, Adam Bailey with a number of years of experience on Eric Barroso. But do not tell that to the fastest rising star, Eric Barroso. He has come in and made an impact to the point where Big Al has taken him under his wing. And you can see that tutelage coming in. You can see the strikes, but not going to be enough to slow down a man of Adam Bailey's prowess that quickly.
I'm sorry I had to move Alpha Zero out of the way because even though that he is a zero, you still can't see through him.
Well, absolutely, I would dispute that with Alpha Zero, as this kid has shown himself to be one of our most dynamic competitors, but right now, real, genuine trouble there for Eric Barroso as the Asinine Assassin taking real liberties with the rules, and now we will see Alpha Zero, somebody who, despite your comments, Broadway, I do not think you need, oh my goodness. And that is why you cannot discount this young man.
I didn't say I discounted him. I just said that he calls himself a zero.
I don't think there's anything about the Zero name that he takes to heart other than being the Alpha. When he calls himself Alpha Zero, it is because he is the first and foremost. It is where this starts. Well, hang on, we could see the end of this match real quickly, but Alpha Zero manages to get himself into the ropes. And Eric Barroso right back on top of him. Trying to stay aggressive is this kid, and that is a change we have seen in his demeanor recently, Broadway, is since he has joined Big Al and has gone under his wing, he has become a much crisper, much more refined athlete. As you see there, getting the quick tag to the Rockweiler Christian Andrews and switching things up.
Good.
Get him up, and a double flapjack. What an absolutely beautiful maneuver by these men.
I don't know about that, Jack.
Well, it has certainly changed the complexion of this match at this point in time. The rally that Adam Bailey began on and Alpha Zero continued has been absolutely and totally neutralized. Seeing more tandem offense. Here's a beautiful elbow drop, and the Rockweiler might have him dead to rights. Not gonna be enough. Alpha Zero manages to stay alive.
Well, if you consider alive having a huge elbow in your face.
Well, make no mistake, he has an uphill battle at this point in time. He has been isolated from his corner and is trying to fight his way back. As he is making his way back towards the Asinine Assassin, Rockwell taking punishing strikes from Alpha Zero as Adam Bailey finally gets himself back in. And now yet again the match is turning on its head. The Rockweiler is reeling a little bit, and Adam Bailey looks to seize advantage in this tag team match. Comes in that knee to the back, that kick to the face, and a beautiful float over neck breaker to finish the combination.
I'd like to say I taught him that, but mine is better.
A little bit of a mistake there. A beautiful offensive sequence followed up by a bit of a mistake there as Adam Bailey did not fully cinch in that pin, choosing to flex a little bit for the cameras, and that could cost him Broadway.
Oh, well, you know what? Adam
Oh,
Bailey
that could
deserves-
cost him too.
No, it's actually a wise idea because now they have the referee distracted.
Well, absolutely. The referee,
Look at those elbows that he's giving him.
It's a heck of a night for Mike to debut as an official because we have really thrown him into the fire here, have we, with this junior official?
Oh,
Oh
right
my
into
goodness.
the rope.
Nothing illegal about it,
He's
just
good.
very painful.
Oh,
And now
Tom-
Adam Bailey cinches in that pin. But wait a second, Rockweiler Christian Andrews getting that foot on the ropes at the count of 2, keeping this contest alive by the skin of his teeth.
Well, you know what? It is what it is, right? You know, you
It
can
is.
always win.
It is what it is, and that's what it is. It is the motto of Johnny Rods. But right now, Christian, the Rockweiler Andrews, cannot quite get to his corner, trying to turn this match on its head yet again. But Adam Bailey will stop that momentum, starting to show a little bit of his own veteran experience here. But that jawbreaker is going to bring that experience to a shuddering halt.
Ooh.
Kicks to the knee, trying to get Adam Bailey chopped down, and does it. Big opportunity to get Eric Barroso back into this match as he does, and we have a double team maneuver coming up. Holding Bailey down for that frog splash.
Would you say it was a leapfrog splash?
Might have been, but Alpha Zero, not one to leap to those conclusions, not one to leap to the conclusion, keeps this match going by the hair's breadth.
Well, you know what? Talking about leap, that reminds me of somebody's brother, whose tights Christian Andrews reminds me of.
And who would that be, Broadway?
Yeah.
Well,
Leaping
right.
Lanny Poffo. Today's the leap year.
Absolutely. Looking at
Ooh.
looking to copy Randy Savage, looking to keep up that Savage skill, as we are a Savage promotion, ladies and gentlemen. We are the House of Real. We bring it every time, and you can see it with the intensity that these men have given. And Adam Bailey showing that craftiness, and not unhappy if you know it, but a little bit unscrupulous. They're just raking the eyes to get out of that pinfall.
I don't know. Well, you know what? I don't like Adam Bailey, but I do not disagree with his technique.
Well, I disagree with it a little bit. You see these very uncouth maneuvers to the face and eyes of the Eric Barroso, the fastest rising star. And now you can hear the fans don't really appreciate this action either, have been.
Uh-oh.
And a clothesline right there by Eric Barroso, getting himself just enough space to possibly get back into this matchup. And a beautiful modified flying knee there, and this could be it. Bailey just getting himself back into this match. That was about 2 3/4 there, Broadway.
I know. I think I saw 3.
I don't know about that, but what we are seeing is an absolutely scintillating display of tag team wrestling, as these 4 men have truly been going at each other since the word go. And a beautiful sliding knee, getting his back a little bit, is Barroso and Adam Bailey, and this could be it. Once again, and Eric Barroso needs to not get frustrated right now. He has Big Al in his corner. He's had that coaching. He needs you to stay focused like he is.
Oh, no.
And a beautiful ankle lock. That is how you stay focused.
I don't know, but see, what's going on? Hey,
Oh, here we go.
referee, you need to take them out.
And this
Good
match
job,
is going to
Alpha
break
Zero.
down. Alpha Zero getting in there as the match began to break down.
Fantastic job, because you can't have more than one person.
And you have
in the
to
ring.
wonder, the junior official Mike being taken advantage of a little bit here by these 4 men, trying to take liberties with the young man, but he is getting his eye in, and he is making sure that these things.
Eric Barroso was going for his finisher, but Adam Bailey switched out. I don't think Adam Bailey realized that.
Adam Bailey switched to the eat defeat, but,
I
but
don't
Eric
think
Barroso's not the
Adam
legal
Bailey
man.
does not. Yeah, he does not realize that Eric Barroso.
Instead, the
not
Rockweiler
legal.
is legal. He's got to pay attention here. Oh, wow, and these 2 men, oh my goodness, pushes him right in. Are we going to see the rock fall? Rock fall! Rock fall! And that is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you take your eye off the ball in the House of Real for even a split seconds.
Well, that's what happens when your partner doesn't come in and help you win the match.
I don't know about that. What I saw was an excellent execution of tag team tactics by Eric Barroso and the Rockweiler.
Wait a minute. Don't you see Alpha Zero is applauding them? I do believe that this was a plan to humiliate Adam Bailey, which I thoroughly
well, I don't know about that. I wouldn't have expected to see Alpha teaming with Adam Bailey based on their different demeanors, but I don't think he had any ill intentions towards his partner. I think he was just trying to rise to the occasion the way that he does, and he and his team got caught out this evening.
I don't know. I'm very surprised.
Hang on. Wait a minute, Brian. Wait a minute. Adam Bailey has a lot of problems with this official. There we go. And you see there Adam Bailey completely and totally embarrassed. He wasn't before Broadway, but make no mistake, he is now. He tried to go after our junior official, Mike, and Mike just showed him at the House of Real there's no such thing as a bottom rung. You come in with your physicality, you come in with your prowess, and you can make waves the way he just did.
I don't know about that, Jack.
In any case, it has been an incredible start to the night. The energy in this building has been absolutely off the charts, and we are only going to continue getting deeper into this program, getting these people more hyped up, and getting this evening to its zenith as we continue down. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to bring you yet more tag team action.
One more time. Here we go. Another tag match. This one coming out of the dressing room is the killer. Is KJ and Kid Geronimo.
And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see a new team coming into action as KJ Brown, depraved himself, has decided to pair with tag team specialist Kid Geronimo. Both of these men know tag team wrestling very strongly, and they have seen that there are opportunities available in the tag team division, looking to step up tonight, but they are in for an absolute war as they will go toe-to-toe tonight with the beautiful country music.
And the faces, no other, the country boy Teddy and music man Robin Taylor.
And they have been lighting Flash on fire, ladies and gentlemen, have country music, but they are making their live Gleason's debut tonight.
I'm very interested to see how these people, this team fares in front of a live crowd. I know they've been taking by storm on Flash.
Well, make no mistake, Robert Taylor, the music man, and Country Boy Teddy, they never met a crowd that they didn't like to ingratiate themselves to. They come at you with a lot of energy, a lot of fun, but a lot of clever tactics as well to try and get themselves to the mountaintop. A tag division that is wide open right now, and country music is looking to set the standard. And you see them there working this crowd for all they're worth. They love being in that spotlight, and they are showing out for you here tonight. And official Jesus Rodriguez is going to have a lot of trouble keeping these guys under control. 4 tag team specialists coming at each other. We could see the birth here of a new contender to those tag titles held by the Honchos.
And what makes these people tag team specialists?
Well, Kid Geronimo, the experience speaks for himself. Geronimo has been wrestling in tag matches for several years in the WUW, has partnered with many men and had several degrees of success doing so with many partners.
Oh, what's going on here?
But right now, Is it just me? Music Man's not looking for a partner. He's looking for a dance partner right now. Starting off by giving himself a bit of a groove. And depraved KJ Brown, not sure how to react here. Is he being challenged to dance? Is he gonna step to the fore, or is he gonna come after this man? Well, Depraved, known more for fighting than for dancing, and I don't think he appreciates the way that this crowd is interacting to him just this moment. He wants to get Geronimo, and he doesn't want to have to face this, and Geronimo is going to get Country Boy Teddy.
Showing them some of them country moves.
Absolutely. He is rough and rowdy. He is a big southern boy raised in the farmlands, and he wants to go toe-to-toe. And I don't think Geronimo is going to impress anybody with that hip swivel.
Well, I think that Geronimo has a little trick up his sleeve because he's wearing the exact same outfit as Country Boy Ted's partner.
You can see that as well, but he's playing a trick as well by saying, I do not need to play into this. But Country Boy Teddy seizing on that energy early and keeping himself hyped up to begin this match. All of the momentum to start out firmly with country music. Oh my goodness, Geronimo going for that hip toss. Country Boy Teddy counters it into a hip toss of his own. Beautiful maneuver. And Kid Geronimo and Depraved can't even get themselves out of the blocks, ladies and gentlemen. And Country Boy Teddy showing you here, they like to have fun, does country music, but when it comes time to get powerful and to get technical, these men are some of the best that we have. Looking to cut down Kid Geronimo here in the middle of this ring, and that is one way to do it. My goodness. The crown jewels are under attack, Broadway.
Ah, the country crown jewels, as he likes to call them.
The country crown jewels.
Golden nuggets.
Right you are. But that will not be enough to keep Geronimo down for long, as Robert Taylor, the Music Man, going to have to do more damage here if he wants to have country music come out here with the victory. Seeing those beautiful strikes. And this crowd loves what they are seeing. Make no mistake about it. Country music quickly becoming a fan favorite here at the House of Real.
Who's fighting who? How can you tell them apart?
Oh, now come on. Now that's just not very true. Is that they may be wearing that same color scheme, but you can tell by the hair, you can tell by the size, and you can tell by the way that Kid Geronimo is picking up the power. Who is who? And country music, for all of a sudden, down for the first time in this match and starting to take some real punishment. Geronimo with the pin here. Not going to do it. Country Boy Ted thinking about having to step in there, but his partner manages to get that shoulder up. And now you see right here why I called Kid Geronimo a tag team specialist, moving to his corner immediately to get Depraved KJ Brown back into this match.
Now, what makes him so depraved?
What makes him depraved is it's a lifestyle. It's the way that he goes after guys. It's the way he points out viciously the different problem areas on your body and absolutely wipes them out. But it will not be enough to wipe out country music just yet. Going to have to do more damage is Depraved KJ Brown. Right now you see here, oh my goodness, he could be looking for that stalling suplex. And this is a party piece right here of Depraved's arsenal, is look at the power that this man is able to display. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, dangling Music Man's legs in the lights and putting him down after a 10-second hold. That could be it right there. Oh, my goodness. Well, that speaks right there to the heart of country music, is Music Man Robert Taylor getting his shoulders up just barely there. But you got to think, Broadway, he is disoriented. The blood is rushed to his head, and he is really struggling as the tags are coming quick and furious from the corner of Kid Geronimo and KJ Brown.
I'm just focused on that we almost had to send this into MAFO.
Right you are. When you get those feet up to the lights, when you get that stalling suplex of KJ Brown, you got to watch the feet and you got to watch the head. One of the things that makes him so dangerous, but danger is the order of the day here, is Robert Taylor takes a shoulder block right to the ground, and he is really starting to suffer here. And how I wonder, Broadway, how in the world is he staying in this match? Country Boy Teddy can do nothing there on the ropes, and Geronimo going and taking liberties.
What they're going to do? You know why they're going to do it? Because they're country music.
Well, for all of the energy and all the grace and aplomb that these men have, when you got dirty tactics like the ones that Kid Geronimo is using, going after the neck of the Music Man, very suddenly this match goes from being a fun and furious affair to something a little bit more dangerous and a little bit more severe. You have to worry about this man's health. As the longer this beating goes on, the less energy he has, the less he is able to get up from this predicament.
Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure that they're doing a good job by keeping Ted out because he is the bigger man.
No question or a shadow of a doubt, the last thing that either of those men want is to face down the power of Country Boy Teddy, and a greatly irritated Country Boy Teddy at that, if you can see him on the apron fuming.
Oh.
But the fumes may be all that Robert Taylor is running on, as he is down, but he is not out. He has yet again managed to get that shoulder up, and KJ Brown is beside himself.
I bet you that Robert Taylor is pulling in from that country power that Teddy taught him.
Absolutely, he's trying to neutralize the Robert Taylor, trying to keep him down, but the music has not yet died. The fat lady has not yet sung, but KJ Brown cannot connect, and there's the opportunity. The tag is made. Country Boy Teddy is live. He is loud, and he is going for all the stops.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Country slam.
Country Fried Choke Slam.
The Country Fried Choke Slam. I always love watching that. Whoa.
And there you see, it has gotten dangerous. Country music is on the comeback. Country music is rising from the grave.
Does he want some griddles with that?
Whatever he wants, he is far away from offering depraved any Southern hospitality here.
You know, they're going to have to go, instead of calling him the depraved one, they're going to have to call him the pancake KJ.
The paved one, if you will. But right now, KJ Brown really struggling. Country Boy Teddy brought that strength to bear and has seized firm control back here for country music. A little lackadaisical on that last pin, though. He's got to cinch it in. Even though they have the energy with them, he cannot rely on anything but the most refined and technical pins possible to take these men down. Country Boy Teddy being cautioned here by Jesus Rodriguez.
Country music can't be told what to do.
They can't. Country music can't be restrained. It's got to be free.
Country music.
And right now it looks like they're going to be free to do some damage here to deprave that corner power bomb to absolute effect, and that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. No, it won't. KJ Brown gets that shoulder up. Geronimo getting in a little bit late here, and the Music Man finally getting his win back. Oh, hang on. No. The referee, Jesus Rodriguez, distracted here. And Kid Geronimo taking liberties with the face of Country Boy Teddy, scratching at the eyes. And that could really be the help that KJ Brown needed to get back in this match. Well, I say that.
Yeah, he only made him angrier.
Yes, he did. So the last thing you want to do to Frankenstein's monster is give him a reason to be angry. And when you are built like Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein.
Country Boy Teddy picking up that steam, feeding off that energy.
Referee's getting distracted somehow.
Once again, the corner man getting Jesus Rodriguez in there. Country Boy Teddy finally waits for Geronimo to get in, clotheslines him, looking to get that pace picked up a little bit. Handled his partner. Can he handle Geronimo? So far, so good. Oh my goodness, and Country Boy Teddy is really bringing out the woodshed right now. Cross body.
Uh-oh.
Country music is flying to the top of the charts.
I think I know what's happening now.
Oh my goodness, could we be seeing it? Could we be seeing the CMA? There it is. The CMA. And he's going to hit it again. That CMA locks it in, drops it in. And the country music is looking for all the awards tonight. Oh my goodness. Paying homage here. Paying homage to one of the all-time greats. And here it comes. The country elbow is up and it is down. The country elbow. The country elbow. 1, 2, 3. Country music lives on in the hearts of the many. In the small towns and in the big city, when the lights are shining bright, country music would not be denied. And that is the type of victory in a tough, close-knit tag team division that will get country music up in the ranks and will get them in contention for those tag titles down the line. I am deeply and totally impressed by what we have seen from this young burgeoning tag team, and if a star is shining over Brooklyn tonight, it shines brightly for them. What an absolutely amazing tag team encounter. What a performance by Country Music.
All right, here we go. We're on for this match. And this is a four-way title match. Coming in on the dressing room, the one and only, the personal champion. He is Eric the Red.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the evening. You are about to see the first of 5 title matches, as the New York State title is going to be on the line tonight in a fatal 4-way match. The first man coming to the ring to challenge for that honor of being that champion is Eric the Red, sporting a new look tonight with that mohawk, looking fresh, looking ready for battle, but will he come out of this war victorious?
Almost looks like a rooster.
And if he is going to come through here tonight, he is going to have to come through against one of the most evil men I have ever encountered, Jesse LeBon. We saw this week on Flash, he has teamed up with Disturbia to wreak havoc in the locker room of World of Unpredictable Wrestling. Will he be able to wreak havoc on the New York State title scene? Well, maybe not, ladies and gentlemen. If Chris Cason has anything to say about it, our senior official got roughed up earlier by Disturbia, but is ready.
Oh, he loved it.
He is ready to roll. He has shaken those shots off, and though he might be coming into this match with a little bit of damage, Chris Cason is still game and is still fired up and ready for this opportunity to reclaim the belt he won. Well, Chris Cason may have been the first champion in the New York State division, but this man has defined the division, Broadway. Since Gary Post came home with that title in August of last year, he has made his mark in the WUW. He has made himself known despite his absolute hatred for these fans. As you see there, not even giving kids a high five. Oh, I don't know. Oh, come on now. Well, he's not one to make friends, but he is one to be fine with making plenty of enemies. He is so confident, is he, in holding on to that belt, that he thinks his title reign is going to go on forever. But if he is going to survive, quite simply, the worst odds of his career, he is going to have to give a Herculean effort in this match, Broadway.
Well, that's going to be easy for him because he is pound for pound one of the best technical wrestlers in the world of unpredictable wrestling.
Maybe one of the best technical wrestlers, dare I say it, in the world. He has shown time and time again new ways, new positions to bring his opponents down and to give them the ultimate in grief. And if he can't get the job done, he will not hesitate to bend the rules to make sure encounters end the way he wants them to.
Well, isn't that the best way to do it?
I don't know about that, Broadway. I'd rather our New York State champion try to represent us in the best way possible. Represent this state with real pride. And there's no pride to that as he grabs on immediately to the hair of the evil one. And this match is turning into a bit of a chaotic encounter already, as you see official Naeem Abrams here trying to get things under control.
Let them fight. Let them fight. I'm sorry, I got carried away.
Well, the fans here in the world of unpredictable wrestling, they want to see an out-and-out brawl, and that is what we are going to give them, ladies and gentlemen. Settling into this match, these men going at each other, trying to just tear each other apart. All right, now Chris Cason put into the corner there, as was Jesse LeBon on the other. But it is hard to call the match when it is this exciting and this action-packed to begin. These men just focused on trying to beat each other's first wind out of them so that they can try and seize on that advantage. A critical part of Fatal 4-Ways Broadway is finding that way to isolate yourself in the ring to take advantage.
Well, what you have to do is temporarily team up with somebody, and then that way that you can betray them later, that way you can win.
It is an unholy union of alliances that you will see as this match goes on, and it is all about trying to get into a one-on-one situation where your impact and your moves can be the ones that are hit to maximum effect. But Gary Post will not let that effect come in early. Eric the Red going for that early pin, but it is not to be. And hang on, a schoolboy here from Gary Post, trying to steal that title early. Not going to do it, though. A couple of quick pinfalls here as the Evil One and the Beautiful One stuck there in the corner.
I'd also like to remind everybody that the two of them were tag team partners.
Two of them were tag team partners, and that might be the reason they got so focused on each other early, as Chris Cason finally gets a breath of fresh air thanks to Gary Post, who he is now rolled up. Not going to be the way to get this match done early, though. Both Eric the Red and the Evil One, Jesse LeBon, right on top of that pinfall, and this match will continue. Seeing Chris Cason, a beautiful elbow in the corner as Chris Cason hits Gary Post with a chop. And this action has not settled down in the slightest. These young men have so much up and go, so much energy, that it is hard to imagine anybody getting wound down, anybody getting beaten down to the degree where it can be taken advantage of. You see Jesse LeBon going in there quick.
Gary Post is a little too focused on beating up Chris Cason that he didn't realize that he almost lost his title.
And that is going to be what Gary Post has to watch out for. Right you are, Broadway, because Gary Post loves to cause punishment, sometimes to his own detriment. He just loves to beat on guys and to make their lives a living hell, and you see that right now as he goes right from the Evil One right to Eric the Red. And that's the type of offense we talked about, you having to watch out with Gary the Post as he chops Eric the Red down both from the knee and from the arm, as he is starting to isolate Eric the Red in the other corner here. Chris Cason doing the same with his former tag partner, and you got to think it is personal on that one side here. Eric the Red looked to come in there to try and break that up, but Chris Cason was not to be fooled and caught out. Right now, Eric the Red, finally somebody seems to be getting a little bit of momentum here in this match. Eric the Red getting fired up. Oh my goodness, and that Samoan drop position, a beautiful forward drop there. And that is going to take Gary Post for the ride. Samoan drop.
I hope Chris Cason kicks him in the mouth.
Well, let's see what he's going to do here. Chris Cason known for doing that damage to the mouth. And a beautiful, almost an attitude adjustment there. And Eric the Red is on fire. And suddenly, a favorite has emerged in this match.
Well, that's too bad he doesn't have a soul.
Oh, my goodness. Well, he doesn't have a soul, but Gary Post may not have a soul either. He may not have a brain, come to think of it, trying to smack a man like Eric the Red, but it has paid off. The mind game's actually coming into good effect here as that clothesline puts Eric the Red down. And now Gary Post is in total control. Spoke too soon, ladies and gentlemen, before that pin can even be called. Chris Cason rushing over to break it up. And ladies and gentlemen, I would have expected by now for this match to settle down a little bit, but if anything, it has gotten more furious with time. And right there you see, trying to get crafty was the Evil One. Chris Cason trying to take advantage himself, but Gary Post, given enough time to recover, is not going to go down to a 3 count that easily.
Eric the Red trying to take control again, it looks like.
Once again,
tall.
Taking that big position there in the middle of the ring, looking for an opponent to just beat on. And these men are very much still in the mode of trying to cause maximum damage, as that headbutt there from Eric the Red will go a long way to doing that for the Evil One as he slumps down into that corner.
Oh.
Now can we be seeing the formation of that alliance here?
No,
No.
it looked like they were arguing.
Well, it's a bit confusing here, ladies and gentlemen. So many hurt, bruised feelings in that ring, so much viciousness that these men have a forethought that it is hard to.
Look at Jesse LeBoom. I love it when he does this.
Oh my goodness gracious! Showing off some beautiful prowess and agility there, not to be denied. Chris Cason throws Eric the Red into that pinfall and has to quickly counter a mistake there, as these men are just now trying to go after covers almost in spite of each other, and this has gotten messy quickly.
What's going on here? Well, that's smart.
All three men on Gary Post here, and Gary Post.
Referee should not be counting.
Well, these men clearly getting frustrated that nobody is able to slow any of their opponents down at this point. It is rare you see a fatal four-way that is this intense throughout, and all four of these men searching for answers.
Don't turn your back on Eric the Red. He's a sneaky cheat.
Well, all four of these men just searching for answers. It might take that cheating from Eric the Red. He might have to be unscrupulous to make some headway. I hate to say it.
I only like Gary Post in this match. No, Jesse, it's okay.
Could that be because both of those men had at times sought advice from you, Broadway?
Maybe.
Well, I, for one, will try to be biased as that monkey flip there to maximum effect on Eric the Red, and Jesse LeBon follows
Kids
up.
on the Block tag team experience coming in.
Absolutely. Gary Post finally getting a pin of his own, but once again, ladies and gentlemen, nobody is flagging it. Nobody is taking the punishment needed to keep somebody down for a 3 count. And what is it?
I don't know if you just realized what happened, but Jesse just grabbed into that headlock out of nowhere. It was very, very technically sound, and it shows his experience that he has in the ring now.
Right you are, Broadway. It was a smart time to come in, but that's not going to be anything other than
Post looks
smart.
like he hurt his foot there. Ooh.
Oh, and that's an advantage seized by Eric the Red. Consider that as a beautiful move by Gary Post to really take down the evil one. But Eric the Red seized on it immediately.
Look at him.
Chris
Cason trying to steal the match.
Just absolute chaos
now,
here.
Did Gary Post hurt his foot on the demonic seal on Jesse LeBoom's chest?
Well, it remains to be seen as he absolutely put his full force in there, but I do see a bit of a limp right now from the champion, and that could really impact his chances moving forward, right? You are to notice it, Broadway.
Of course, I'm the king. I notice everything.
Oh, you notice about half of everything. And I had Jesse LeBon and Gary Post catching each other there. And a beautiful maneuver as they send Chris Cason and Eric the Red reeling into each other. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a one-on-one situation here as Eric the Red and Chris Cason are out of the ring. And Jesse LeBon.
What's going on here?
Wait a minute. Disturbia. We saw this week on Flash. We saw this on Thursday. Disturbia attacking Gary Post after his match with Alpha Zero.
They got to be careful.
Well, so does Gary Post. He's getting a little bit too cocky. Wait a minute. No. Primeval!
Out of nowhere!
He hit Primeval! He hit Primeval! Damn it! Disturbia has struck again! I do not believe it. Gary Post finally got this match down to the situation he wanted it, but the second Jesse LeBon got that same isolation, Disturbia comes in and takes charge, and while you don't want to shed too many tears for somebody like Gary Post, make no mistake, he got screwed.
Good for Jesse.
Good for Disturbia, yes, but at what cost? And let's make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, the entire locker room is on notice. Jesse LeBon with some powerful allies and has seized on the promise that he made on Flash. He said he was coming out of here with a title, and by God, he has come out of here with a title. You hate to see it. And Gary Post has seen 6-7 months of a title reign go up in smoke, and he is furious.
All by the helter-skelter that Disturbia caused.
Absolutely, that cult-like following that Jesse LeBon has developed, and Gary Post is furious.
I feel bad for the first person that messes with Gary Post after this. I think we're going to find him tied up in pretzels in the back.
He's in a rare mood, and we are in for a real retaliation here.
And you know what? we are in for a treat because you know what's up next?
I think I do, Broadway. Could it be our Rumbo and Dumbo?
It could be that exactly.
After months on hiatus, it is back.
I'm doing fantastic, Johnny Rods. I won my match. Jesse the Brawn won.
Look at it, the referee. Let's give him a hand. He is an international referee, so he can handle this guy.
And ladies and gentlemen, we all love a good battle royale.
The Rumble and Dumbo.
And make no mistake, the Rumbo and Dumbo is just that.
It tells people what a Rumbo and Dumbo is.
Well, the Rumbo and Dumbo, ladies and gentlemen, our very own battle royale. Some of the youngest and up-and-coming talent in WUW will be getting in that ring. And it is an opportunity for these young men, like Adrian Serrano, like Josh, to get themselves into the mix, to set themselves apart. And now Naeem Abrams will be coming out, having officiated that last match, going to show these guys how it's done. But this is proving to be a very exciting lineup for this Rumbo and Dumbo. Being joined by Jesus Rodriguez also in this match. And like Steve Martin, he is the jerk. Good to see Rudy Ratio cleared, took some severe damage to the jaw in recent months.
What's that guy doing in here?
Oh, wait a minute, the Irish Virus is back.
He's looking to get a little bit of, trying to win again this night after I beat him.
Well, I will say it is a little perplexing to see him back, but it is so wonderful to see Rudy Ratio back in this ring. He took a severe injury to his jaw about a month ago and has been on an accelerated recovery track, is feeling right enough to get himself back.
We got Mike, the referee, coming
Mike,
in
the
there.
referee, is going to join this fray as well, as he coming in shirtless, and he looks like he wants to get himself involved in this match as well. Well, step in the ring, young fella. Let's see what you got.
We got a couple
And you thought that Fatal 4-Way was an all-out brawl, ladies and gentlemen. Here it comes. And these 7 young men are looking to make their mark here. It is what the Rumbo and Dumbo is for. It is a house tradition. You get the young bucks, you get the young guys who want to prove themselves, and you see who can show out in one of the most dynamic and difficult environments in all of wrestling, the Battle Royale. Right now, Adrian Serrano smartly sizing up his competition as all other 6 men have thus far gotten involved in the action. Naeem, you see there close to me, getting Jesus Rodriguez stuck in the corner. The Irish Virus centering in on Rudy Ratio, but Adrian Serrano finally getting his shots in. Meanwhile, referee Mike tucked in there by a friend of the Faceless Ones, Josh, and one of our new officials here as well. You see these men all getting the starts to their careers.
Toss them right into there.
And you never know who you might be seeing in this match. Could you be seeing the superstars of tomorrow? I say absolutely. And right now, all these men just trying to give shot after shot. And oh my goodness, beautiful move there by official Mike to get out of the way. Adrian Serrano finally taking some punishment there in the corner. And Mike and Josh both teaming up there and cutting the man down. But you don't want him that low down in this match for very long, because it is all about eliminations. And an elimination right there is Jesus Rodriguez, the jerk, and Rudy, the jerk and Rudy, both eliminated. I am having film school flashbacks.
Oh, it looks like he ran away from Bruce and tripped over the rope.
Absolutely, and that's why you got to get that experience in the House of Real. You got to get yourself fired up, and you got to get yourself interested and inundated in the knowledge that Johnny Rods brings. Otherwise, you can see your night end just like that.
Yeah, part of me just wants to jump in here and show them a lesson.
Oh, how do you think I feel, Broadway? I've been on the shelf for 5 months with a knee injury. I see these young kids duking it out. I feel that energy coming back. I want to step back in that ring. But right now, it is not about me. It is not about you. It is about these young kids and how they take this group to task.
King. It's always about me. Look, Bruce trying to throw out Josh over
Make no mistake, the Irish Virus is going in on Josh while Naeem is keying in on Adrian Serrano.
Well, better the Irish virus than the coronavirus.
And right you are. We do not want that here, but we very much are happy and proud to have the Irish Virus as Josh takes a tumble, and it is down to 3, ladies and gentlemen. Naeem Abrams, King Naeem. Q-I-N-G, King, not K-I-N-G.
I can spell.
And wait a minute, Josh coming back in. He's looking for a little bit of revenge here. Going for those shots in the corner, and now Naeem coming to join him. I think Josh may not have been eliminated. He went through the middle rope here, and I believe tonight we are under top rope rules.
Well, if that's the case, Rudy would be here. He just wanted more glory.
Well, that's going to be the top rope right there, and Adrian Serrano gets an elimination of his own. And we are down to 3 officially now. The Irish Virus, King Naeem, and Adrian Serrano. These 3 young men really making a name for themselves lasting to this point in this match.
Ooh.
And right now, Adrian Serrano looking for a little bit of offense of his own. You see, he is the smallest man, but it is not always the size of the dog. It is the heart of the size. It is the size of the heart in the dog. And right now, Adrian Serrano all heart as he goes up against 2 battle-tested warriors in King Naeem and the Irish Virus. Beautiful standing clothesline. You can see the form. You can see this kid already starting to form the fundamentals. They're going to be necessary for him to thrive in the House of Real. Nice. And right now he's got King Naeem on the ropes trying to get him out. But King Naeem gets that beautiful offense of his, shuddering to a halt with some strikes, and comes down with an unbelievable face buster.
Which makes no sense because you have to pick him up. Why are you going to throw him down?
Well, you got to pick him up, and you got to pick up that momentum to do so, and King Naeem is going to do it. Well, wait a minute. Hang on a second. King Naeem does not realize the Irish Virus is still in this match. The Irish Virus, oh my God! And with that reaction, you'd think the Irish Virus was actually Tyson Fury with the way he's reacting to that victory. I don't know if there's much to be proud of that, Broadway. Sneaking in at the last second to take that win.
He's a sneaky leprechaun.
Well, be that as it may, he's going to show out his pride tonight, much like many Irish warriors. But that being said, I don't know of many Irish warriors who would go to those means to take that home. Speaking of someone with that blood, I think most Irishmen would want to win fair and square.
I don't know, I'm Irish too, and sometimes you gotta do whatever you gotta do to win. Also, I guess he'll be celebrating St. Patrick's Day early tonight.
He'll be having a pint of Guinness in no time, that is for sure.
That's racist.
Not gonna even dignify that with a comment, Broadway. Not after your leprechaun shenanigans.
Oh, shenanigans with my shillelagh.
Well, be that as it may, we've got to refocus again because and the mood is going to change here because we are in for a North American title match, and the first man to the ring is the man who has had the most beef with our champion Bushi 2 belts. It is the bad boy Ivan Isaac. A new attitude has formed within this young man. He has decided to completely eschew the values and the struggles that he has faced to turn himself into a warrior who does not play by the rules. Well, if Ivan Isaac is going to win that title and take home a belt off of Bushi 2 belts, he is going to have to throw himself through the gauntlet and take on a man who we consider the heart and soul of this house.
I thought I was the heart and soul.
You are our veteran presence, make no mistake, Broadway, but when it comes to the heart and soul, it is all Big Al. And you see already the tensions are boiling over here. These men have been circling each other in recent weeks.
He's going to sabotage the match. Uh-oh.
And ladies and gentlemen, coming back from a long hiatus is a man who has jumped himself up into the North American title scene. Fireball Carlo has joined the ranks of Gleason's Gym and of WUW once again, and we are so proud to see a man of his luchador experience join us again and get put into this position. Will he fire himself up into a title? That remains to be seen.
Here is your champion, Little John.
And Little John Bushi. Bushi 2 belts is going to make his way to the ring now, and he is making his way with reckless abandon, despite the fact that I have it on good authority, Broadway, that Bushi 2 belts coming into this match tonight a little bit under the weather.
That's all right. I was under the weather and I won my match.
But that may be the case. I don't know if I have confirmation on you having that condition.
I'm telling you
but
right
make
now.
no mistake, like the flu game from Michael Jordan, John Bushi is going to have to rise to the occasion despite mitigating factors to get himself out of here as the North American champion.
Now, I'd like to point out that it's very appropriate that we're having all these fatal four-ways tonight, being that tonight only comes 4 times every 4 years.
Right you are, Broadway. This event is being held on the leap year. Leap year itself, February 29th, only once in every 4 years. But an event like A Star is Shining, that's once in a lifetime, and you're about to see why.
I was born in a leap year. Jack, were you born in a leap year?
I was not born on a leap year. I was born in 1990, so I missed it by 2 years both ways.
Well, that makes me better than you.
I don't know about that, Broadway, but all 4 of these men clearly think that they are better than each other, sizing each other up and parsing out strategy almost. Some gamesmanship here being shown against all the individuals. Each man believes they're at the top, but each man wants to assert their way early with some mind games.
You're just standing there. It's all right. Talking it out. Just talking it out.
Well, you can only talk it out for so much, and that is where we have seen the change in Ivan Isaac, this different attitude in this young man over recent months. Yes, he's been attacking men after the bell, he's been disrespecting them, and he is getting a little bit of his just desserts here early, it has to be said. Lining him up for Big Al, and Ivan Isaac.
Oh, Big Al went outside the ring.
Ivan Isaac ducking out of the way of that clothesline, and now taking some pot shots there as he creates a meeting of the mind between Fireball Carlo and Bushi 2 belts. And all of a sudden, Ivan Isaac taking advantage of the situation early and going right after his primary target, Bushi. We have seen these men circle around each other on WUW Flash over the last month, and we are seeing it get as ugly as we expected it to early.
Well, if I had to make a choice, I'd choose Ivan Isaac for winning this match.
Well,
after his eye stuff.
Oh, he looked for that double eye spinebuster early, but Bushi turns into a beautiful head scissor takedown.
And I have to applaud the other two for just letting them fight it out.
Absolutely, something like smart strategy here. Maybe these men just have it out for Ivan Isaac. Maybe they're saving themselves. Oh my goodness gracious. Fireball Carlo, crazy like a fox. But he's not going to get the pinfall there because he failed to account for Big Al. But Fireball Carlo showing some absolute brutality to start this off. And from a luchador, a very surprising turn of events as he is focused so far on power and strikes. Now taking Bushi 2 belts to the corner, and John Bushi, you can see there, not his usual self this evening, really staggering. In a lot of trouble, that double crossbody, he's only going to magnify it.
Well, Big Al went a little bit dancing too much. Can't always dance in wrestling.
Absolutely not. We did see it from country music earlier. It worked there, but it may not work here in a match with this many unchangeable variables.
A lot of dancing tonight. I did a little jig.
You did, that you did, but right now we are not dancing, we are fighting, make no mistake about it, and Bushi is trying to fight off the suplex attack there of Big Al, and doing so for the time being, gets him to the ropes.
Ooh.
Right now, Big Al, and that is one.
Rebound suplex, amazing.
And we got to hype the technical ability of Big Al. If you couldn't see it right there in the way he kept that suplex hold locked in until he could nail it to absolute effect, You will see as this match continues the absolute prowess this man comes with. But that prowess is going to be diminished if Ivan Isaac and Fireball Carlo continue their fast-paced attacks on their opponents. Now Carlos going, trying to go up and over, but gets caught. And now he's in a very dangerous position going in for that. Oh my goodness. I thought it was going to be a body slam, but instead a shoulder breaker on Fireball Carlo.
You don't see too many people doing the shoulder breaker anymore.
And that's because there are only a few men in this industry with the power to do it, and Ivan Isaac is one of them, and goes right back to the disrespect of John Bushi. Little John is giving it his all tonight, but you can see he just is not himself, ladies and gentlemen. Taken up and put
right
down.
On his arm.
That is inventive.
That was intentional.
That is inventive, and it is
look,
insidious.
No, that was a good movie.
Well, hang on. An even better picture being held here. Big Al going for that suplex, but Ivan Isaac yet again turning it around into something of his own.
Ooh, right on the knee.
Almost a modified Manhattan drop there. And now Fireball Carlo looking to get that, feeling back in the shoulder, tries to do so with a whip, and tries to do so with that. Oh my goodness,
he's
can't.
stopping him. He couldn't get him.
Comes over and is.
Ivan Isaac is fighting it off.
He is fighting it off, but there you see the technical prowess of the luchador, but he's getting pinned for his troubles. Fireball Carlo did absolutely everything in his power to try and get that pinfall, and Bushi doing the same here, but will not get there. You see there, John Bushi uncharacteristically trying to seize on little moments there to get his victory, because he knows the longer this match goes, the more the men in this match are going to key in on his fatigue. And you see that right now with the way that Big Al is trying to jump on the competition while he still has the energy to do so. Little low kick there will stagger that energy for just a second as Fireball Carlo sends him off. Sends him up for a spinning heel kick, and that might do it, ladies and gentlemen. That very well might do it. Ivan Isaac going to put a stop to that very quickly. And now Bushi sees the opportunity to keep his belt, but will not get both men not involved in that pinfall, flummoxing that attempt.
Ivan Isaac looks like he's setting up for a powerbomb.
He does indeed, and right now he is just looking to get maximum effect on Bushi, but Bushi getting himself caught out and gets that beautiful sling blade. And seeing flashes of what this man is capable of when he is at 100%. But Fireball Carlo puts a stop to that rally quickly. And a beautiful, almost a takedown more than a spear.
That wasn't even the spear.
No, it was not. Is Bushi just trying to go brutal, trying to get any offense in he can to put a stop to this? But putting a stop to him is Ivan Isaac with an absolutely pitch-perfect German suplex. And give himself credit while he can, but Big Al not going to let that happen. Neither, and Bushi's not going to let the ending of this happen either.
That was fantastic. Did you see that kick to the face or the chest?
It was a very smart maneuver by the champ, who I dare say is staggered and is really flagging there as he lies down by the ring ropes.
I think tonight's going to be the end of Bushi 2 belts.
It very well may be. I hate to say that when you have an athlete of his skill, but when you see Big Al, Ivan Isaac, and Fireball Carlo showing out to this degree, it is hard to figure out how our 2-belt champion could possibly hold on here. And now Ivan Isaac, oh my goodness, Ivan Isaac getting very cockily pinned. And oh my goodness, Big Al is going to pay for that little bit of cockiness. So will Ivan Isaac.
Submissions.
All of these men trying to one-up it. Oh my goodness, I rarely see that is a submission train almost. Each man trying to top the other, and Big Al finally has that pinfall, but Fireball Carlo will get the shoulders up in time. And right now, very much a tale of a different match from that New York State title Fatal 4 we saw earlier, whereas that match was all energy. This is all power and all skill.
And anger. Lots of anger.
Right you are, as you see in the corner. These men just absolutely hitting haymaker after haymaker because they know what the prize at the end of this match is. It is coming home with that North American title, and a big boot by Ivan Isaac might put that title on ice. Certainly letting this crowd know just how great he thinks he is. But that greatness, oh my goodness. Oh! stomping that greatness yet again into the shoulder and arm of Fireball Carlo. And you start to worry about the man's limb as Ivan Isaac has targeted him to absolute effect. But right now that may not matter.
Ooh, nice enziguri.
It may not
He
matter.
didn't have to jump up much for that one.
He did not, but Big Al took it right to the face. And Bushi with a Pele kick. Beautiful, beautiful maneuver. And all of these men are down, and they are all in trouble. The first man to his feet could well be the man who takes this match home.
Who do you think's going to win?
It is too close to call. You want to believe in the champ. You want to believe in John Bushi. But with the suffering, with his sickness ailing him right now, you wonder if he has the ability to match these three men in the latter stages of this match.
I think the person who either pins or submits his opponent's going to win.
Oh, well, that's a safe bet, I dare say.
Well, that's probably the safest bet, and that's why I'm smarter than you.
Well, be that as it may, right now, this match is certainly starting to smart for these individuals. You can see each and every one of them racked with pain and struggle.
Ooh, that was like a Russian back suplex.
It was a modified Russian leg sweep, getting the legs up in the air and then dropping his back to absolute effect. But Big Al has an opportunity here. He's got Ivan Isaac staggered, and can he get Double I? Oh my goodness. Double I misses that drop kick.
He didn't even miss. Big Al was setting him up. That was
a little bit of cat and mouse here late in the game, and that may be what is required to take that belt home.
That was strategy by Big Al. I got to tell him that, give him that much.
Each and every man pulling out all the stops, and Bushi finally making his way to his feet, but you can see still woozy, still staggered, just looking for that opportunity, and he cannot get that spear thrown into the corner by Ivan Isaac, who's going to get him up. Double I spine buster out of nowhere. The double I spine buster. And Bushi is dead to rights in the center of the ring. And a super kick. A super kick. And Fireball Carlo has an opening. He has an opportunity. Is he going to get it? Yes, he is. Unbelievable.
I knew he was going to win.
Well, Broadway, I will say, the first man to his feet became the man who took this match home. Fireball Carlo seized on his opportunity, but your heart has to go out to John Bushi. He held both the North American and light heavyweight titles with absolute grace and aplomb.
And this crowd is dancing to the victory of Fireball Carlos.
Well, be that as it may, Bushi gave his best, but when he was not healthy, he still took this match. He still took this opportunity on, and it did not pan out. And you unfortunately have to say goodbye to Bushi Two Belts and say hello to North American champion Fireball Carlo. Gesturing here to us, wants us to pump that music a little bit louder as he dances to the back, and he has reason to dance. And you see right there, give it up for John Bushi, as he gave it his absolute all. You hate to see a man have to face adversity and come up short, but unfortunately that is the story we have to tell tonight. And Bushi is going to go to the back, and he is going to search for those answers. But we have not seen the last of John Bushi, and we have not seen the last of him and how high he can climb.
And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a three-way match. And this is for a big man match.
This is going to be an interesting match.
Coming out of the dressing room, here's Big Man Easy.
Wait a minute, Broadway, did I just hear that right?
That is a name I haven't heard in a very long time.
Big Man Cheesy, but could he actually be here? Oh, there he is! The Puerto Rican sensation, the big man himself. He is making his return. He has been on the shelf, plagued by injuries for a long, long time. But now that is in the past, and this big man is ready to do big things back here at the House of Real. And look at the absolute stare of 1,000 miles gracing his eyes. You think he's ready to go? You think he's ready to be back Broadway?
I think this man almost put somebody through a Titantron type thing, scoreboard.
With his size I believe it. But if he is going to come out victorious in his return, he is going to have to take on one of the most stellar youngsters we have here. He is the protege of Johnny Rodz. He is Victor Rodriguez. That's right, he is Victor Rodz, ladies and gentlemen. And he is carrying on the unpredictable tradition as he comes face to face with the big man. And that is downright eerie. Big man Cheesy, not even moving a muscle. Wait a minute.
Raksha, that's another name.
In one match, 2 surprises of this magnitude in one match?
I don't know. Raksha is a frenemy of mine.
Is you two have gone to war over...
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. Raksha, when you can't see it yet.
Coming in
with a bat.
Absolutely dressed for war, make no mistake. And I think you are going to see some with the size of these 3 gentlemen. I think what you are in for, quite simply, is a matchup of 3 hosses just bodying each other. What a certain gentleman in the World Wrestling Entertainment named Biggie Langston referred to as a meat war. Big men slapping meat is what you are going to see here as these giants.
Hey. Phrasing.
Well, not what I'm trying to imply, not what I'm trying to insinuate. All I'm saying is that we are going to see several pounds of beef collide in that ring, and it is fixing to be...
Phrasing.
My partner's objections aside, it will be an absolutely stellar encounter between these big men. And I am positively...
I think we have a contender for match of the night right here.
We very well might, and it is going to be just about dominating your opponents. Phrasing?
That's fine. Wait, no. Hey, phrasing.
Oh, and Raksha with a shot right there to Big Cheesy. A welcome back, if you will, and the welcome shot coming right back as these two just going toe-to-toe. Victor Rodz keen to just get himself to the ropes and not really worry about it.
No, that's being smart. Oh.
It's being smart, but it's also being very wise for his years, but not so wise. The young man getting involved with 2 veterans, and he is paying the price. My goodness. Takes an elbow to the chest and an elbow to the face. And look at that, the size of Big Cheesy just getting all over Victor Rodz. Raksha doesn't want that
Those
to turn
heavy
into
hands of Raksha.
And you can see it as he has fists of stone and a mind set to one setting, and that setting is pain.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and the ref didn't notice that. It is above board, but really going after the nether regions, shall I say, of Big Cheesy. And now Raksha, you see that veteran experience. Raksha with over 20 years of experience in this industry, and you can see, by the way, in this triple threat, isolating his opponents and cheap-shotting them at every chance they get. And Big Cheesy did not like that very much.
No, he showed him, hey, you want a shot? I'll give you a shot.
Well, I'll tell you something. When you're facing a man that big, I would not go after what Raksha went after. The only thing you're going to do to a man of that size is infuriate him. Oh, goodness gracious. That is less of a drop kick and more of a collision with a bus. Victor Rodz just saving the match there. But my goodness gracious. You wanted what rappers Black Moon referred to as powerful impact. That was what that was.
That was fantastic.
Right now, Victor Rodz seizing on the opportunity. He has used that rest very well. And the young man showing it.
Rakshaw's not moving.
Raksha not moving after that dropkick, and I do not blame him, giving Victor Rodz the opportunity to show that he has a mind beyond his years.
Victor Rodz has to keep Geezy on the level that he's at right now.
Absolutely.
He cannot let him stand up because right now there is a huge size difference.
You
between
see
the
that
two.
trying to pin him early. Raksha not going to have any of that, but you got to stay on a man the size of Big Cheesy, and Victor Rodz was doing the right thing there. Raksha just getting his second win earlier than you might have expected. comes in, and that's a beautiful lariat there as Victor Rods gets taken down. And you can just see the impact of these shots. Is these men are so big and so powerful that every single thing they throw in the ring is an absolute haymaker. Goodness gracious.
Is this thing on? Am I on the air?
Well, my
Am I
goodness.
live?
Yes, we're being joined now by the asinine assassin, Adam Bailey, here. As a
Right you are.
a disappointing evening, might I
You know
say.
what? I'm going to tell you what's disappointing. It's disappointing that there is a worldwide conspiracy against me, Adam Bailey, the asinine assassin. You all saw it. You saw the awful ref work. You saw the deck stacked against me. I had an awful partner and an awful referee. I'm going to be back, okay? 2020 is the year of everybody saying it's their year, and I'm joining the frame. Okay? It's on me. You can have your show back.
My goodness. Well, some Deontay Wilder style excuses there coming from Adam Bailey, but wait, we're not done here yet, ladies and gentlemen. I've got now the beautiful one, Chris Cason, stepping in to get a word in edgewise.
Did I just hear Mr. Adam Bailey said that he had a dex?
Well, there's a deck stacked right there. My goodness, what a maneuver by Big Cheesy. But Adam Bailey did say, Chris Cason, that the deck was stacked against him.
Well, we should be talking about how my night has gone tonight. Not so well, but by the hands of the birds of what they call the birds.
They
of
call
prey?
themselves
Disturbia.
the birds of prey.
I
Yes.
call them the crazy chicks.
Well, you might have, Chris Cason, I may grant you might have a point there. As right as there was a real energy to your match and everybody gave it their all, but right when it came to a one-on-one affair, Disturbia jumped right into that match. But right now jumping into this match is Victor Rods with a beautiful clover leaf. Oh my goodness gracious, Big Cheesy in real pain.
I do it better.
Well, you are known as a submission artist, Chris, but right now you are seeing maybe the only way you can take down a man of the size of Big Cheesy, but you see there that just absolute power and size coming into play. But I will say, beautiful one, you did give a hell of an effort tonight alongside Jesse LeBon, Eric the Red, and Gary Post. But when all is said and done, that New York State title does have a new home. Do you see that as an opportunity to get yourself back into the mix?
Listen. I want to congratulate Jesse on picking up the victory.
Oh, my! And about to pick up a victory here might be Big Cheesy Cologne. Hang on a second, Chris. Oh, goodness gracious. That G-Max Senton, that G-Max Senton will... Oh, wait a minute. Victor Rods gets the ropes. The G-Max Senton is not going to be the end here.
That was amazing that he had his
It was amazing.
finally got my headset back.
Victor Rods is back up, and Victor Rods has won. Good timing. And ladies and gentlemen, the return of Rockshaw, the return of Big Cheesy has been spoiled by Victor Rodriguez. Victor Rods, unpredictable and excellent in success tonight.
I put down my headset to go give a few handshakes and autographs to people, and two people grab onto my headset.
I tell you what, chaos has been the order of the night here at A Star is Shining.
You know, everybody thinks that the WUW Flash goes on YouTube, and now they're stars.
Well, you know, be that as may, we are trying to come up and show out in the best of our training. We have heard from Bang Bang Barry Malone, we have heard from the asinine assassin, Adam Bailey, and we just heard from the beautiful one, Chris Cason. All of these men are coming out of this event with some severe grievances. Make no mistake about it. If you thought business was settled for Adam Bailey, if you thought business was settled for Chris Cason, make no mistake, in the intervening weeks and months until our next event, you will see that business is not finished.
I do believe next is one of our title matches.
Yes, indeed. We are down to the final three matches on our card, ladies and gentlemen, and they are going to be absolutely pulse-pounding affairs. First up, we are going to bring you a tag team title match. The Honchos have had those belts on lock for nigh on a year, but they are about to face their steepest challenge yet in the Faceless Ones. quite simply, Broadway, the hottest team in the tag team division right now.
Now, if anybody watching this has not seen WUW Flash yet, or the Faceless Ones, make sure that you go back and check it, because they've been on almost every week, and they've won every single week.
100% record. That is an almost impossible thing to do in wrestling, and yet they have graced us with that kind of perfection.
They are literally on a winning streak.
Absolutely, and if the Honchos want to curb that momentum, they're going to have to work hard.
And here they come. You know who they are. The Cowboy Honchos.
Interesting here, the Honchos are eschewing their champion's right to come out second here. They want to go ahead and make their way to the ring early. And they are being joined, it looks like you will see in a moment on your screens. They have been joined by Prince Ahmed, who has business of his own later this evening with our heavyweight champion.
Now, I have to confess something. I'm only predicting that it's going to be the Faceless Ones because of their winning streak, but I don't know. We'll see for sure. I don't know. I haven't seen the card yet.
Well, I will say it is interesting to see how this is going to work out, because the Honchos have thrived out throughout their reigns. As they staring me down at commentary here. Denny, I'm not trying. Denny, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything on you, Denny. But as you see right there, as they did to me, the intimidation factor is the Honchos' greatest strength, but they are about to face two men who have absolutely no intimidation whatsoever. And here they come. Quite simply, the hottest team in the WUW, the hottest team quite possibly on the indie scene in the Northeast, and maybe, just maybe, one of the hottest tag teams in the world today, Broadway.
I can only think of a few tag teams that are better than them, and all of them included me.
And look at that, stepping right up to the Honchos with precisely zero intimidation, neutralizing the best advantage that the Cowboy Honchos bring before the bell. So that Bang Bang Barry Malone is being controlled here, our senior referee here, keeping this match under control.
That's referee Raul, Jack. How did you not know his name?
I knew
he is a legend here in the world of unpredictable wrestling, and you call yourself a commentator not knowing that that's referee Raul?
I want to make sure, as we've had a lot of veterans return this evening, including in our officiating crew, I wanted to make sure Raul was given the credit as the senior official that he is. But right now, this match is starting off at a fast pace as Jocko throwing caution to the wind and running right into the Honchos' corner. And this match has started off at a breakneck pace, ladies and gentlemen. Denny Douglas caught out a little bit here, has been recovering from a back injury, but you're not seeing any of that back injury tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as he takes Jocko outside of that ring, clearing out the house, trying to show the Faceless Ones early who's boss, but yet again the Faceless Ones using that speed to stay one step ahead, and that is a beautiful front drop kick. I don't know about that. He hit him right square in the mouth in the center of the ring. And now Bang Bang Barry Malone wanted to get involved, but face right off the apron.
Now, they might be hot, but they're not the Honchos.
But that hot streak has to be entering the mind, because you see early on in this match, Kid Jocko and Face absolutely zero intimidation. And the Honchos are going to have to rethink their game plan here if they want to continue to hold on to those titles.
Their game plan is the same as always. Win.
Well, that may be so, but it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to be prepared to do it against people with the technical prowess and the hot streak of the Faceless Ones. As you see Bang Bang Barry Malone and Face going at each other in an absolute tear on the mat. And this is the type of technical skill you can only get at the House of Real, Broadway.
It's true. And if you want more of this, you can always watch WUW Flash Thursdays on YouTube.
Absolutely. We go live every Thursday around 5 o'clock. But right now, somebody is looking to strike midnight on the Tag Team Champions reign. Could it be the Faceless One's job to do it? Quickly, you see Bang Bang Barry Malone, known for his technical prowess, but being gone
look at that.
but going shot for shot with him is Face. Oh, and the referee missed a quick cheap shot there.
That wasn't a cheap shot. That was the back.
I don't know about that. It was pretty low from my vantage point, Broadway.
That's because you think low.
But now I will say that the Tag Team Champions starting to show out a little bit of that expertise. They have gotten Face close to their corner. But Face is really coming out swinging here with those educated feet time and time again at the head of Denny Douglas.
His feet might be educated, but Denny Douglas's hands do all the talking.
You might be right about there, bro. And oh, come on now. Now this isn't right. Oh, no, Denny Douglas has to be careful here. Oh, no, that's just not right.
What? I didn't see anything.
It was right in front of us here. Prince Ahmed got involved in this match.
I'm making sure that Jacko doesn't come in with a knife or something.
No, now come on now, Broadway. That's ridiculous. Is the Faceless Ones had a real momentum shift here go in their favor, and Prince Ahmed using the numbers game to try and even this out for the Honchos. Just a dastardly maneuver yet again. And once again, I'm left to believe there is nothing that these Honchos won't do. No level they won't stoop to try and keep those titles. And yet again, you see on the apron,
I didn't see anything.
Denny Douglas coming in with a boot to the back. Now come on, Broadway.
No, he's there trying to get a tag in.
I've had just about enough of your apologism. I know you're friends with the Honchos. I know you look out for their interests when you are backstage. But at the same time, you got to look at this as a partial journalist. You have to look at this and say the Honchos are going above and beyond here.
Good. Look at them.
Well, this is just beyond the pale. As Face is trying with all his might to get back in this match. And Denny Douglas and Barry Malone and Prince Ahmed have just been taking advantage of every single lapse.
And Kid Jacko's doing what he does best. Be useless in the corner there.
Oh, no, come on, Broadway. You and I both know well from being involved with WUW Flash. The Kid Jocko is the reason, along with Face. It is a team effort in every way, shape, and form, and that is why they have the record that they do.
They're the record that they do because they're a walking hardware shop.
I don't know about that, but you're about to see someone try to come home with the hardware here. Kid Jocko is seeing those belts in his mind's eye, is seeing the power and the agility he needs to bring to make that dream manifest into a reality, and he is going a long way to doing it by creating some beautiful offense here in the Honcho's corner. And right now, oh my goodness, brings in Face for that modified spear action there in the corner. And the Honchos are taking some punishment that, dare I say it, they may duly deserve.
Ref, you need to get out of there. Good for them.
Well, that is one way to stop a rally. That's only going to get a 1 count from both of those men. But the Honchos, once again, seeing that opportunity to assert themselves in the department of mental warfare and making that pan out to absolute effect. And the Faceless Ones could be in real trouble here. Face not on that corner and Jocko isolated on the Honcho's half of the ring. And just listen to the shots being thrown by Bang Bang Barry Malone as he is going to town in that corner. And now just toying with the referee's count here, doing everything they can to just punish these young men, even if it skirts the rules. And look at that, grabbing the hair and grabbing at the neck to try and get Jocko worn down. But it is not going to work the way they expected it to. But Bang Bang catches that maneuver out and is going to put a beautiful back suplex down on Kid Jocko for good measure.
And that's how the Honchos are going to retain their tag.
Well, I hate to say it, Broadway, but you may be right. Once that combination of power and craftiness comes into play for the Honchos, it can be game over real quick.
Look at that. Beautiful elbow drop assisted.
It is incredible tag team offense, that is for sure, but it is not going to be enough to put the Faceless Ones down. And Kid Jocko, though that being said, really needs to make his way to his corner.
Look at Face thinking he can actually get tagged by doing that.
Well, FaZe has been putting in the work. He has been putting in the time, and these two have been putting in all of their efforts to becoming a successful tag team. And you want to see him succeed. You want to see him surmount a challenge like the Honchos, but I just do not know. With the way that the Cowboys' strategy is coming together, the Walker clan might just be drawing all aces here. And a beautiful, almost a front modified,
End the match.
a front modified face buster there. Oh wait, hang on now. You're exhorting the Honchos to finish that match, but Denny Douglas has other designs.
No, he doesn't. He wants to make sure that they win the match.
I think he just wants to put a little bit of extra punishment on this young team, trying to show them that, hey kid, you think you can rise to the mountaintop? Well, we protect this mountaintop by any means necessary.
Nah, they just want to make sure they win the match.
Well, this could go a long way to doing that. That foot stomp by Gabe off the second rope. He has used that to crack men's sternums before, and this has suddenly entered very scary territory, Broadway. Kid Jocko has to get to that corner soon, or he may end this night in a hospital.
I don't know.
Now, bang, bang. Moving into the ropes, trying to exert that technical prowess once again. Jocko ducks the clothesline, but a kitchen sink for his trouble. You can hear this crowd here getting behind Kid Jocko.
Honchos. They're saying, let's go, Honchos.
Oh, they're saying nothing of the sort. I can't imagine a fan, a man, woman, or child in this building wanting the Honchos to succeed after the brutal display they have put on here.
I want them to win.
Well, that's one. Suppose there's always one.
Ahmed wants them to win.
Well, Ahmed's in the Walker clan. You can hardly count that when the man's wearing a cowboy hat and a honcho vest.
Yeah, but I'm a Walker cousin.
Your affiliations aside here, it has gotten into a very dangerous stress. FaZe has been on that apron for a long, long time, and Jocko has been stuck in the Honcho's half of the ring for, it seems, even longer.
Well, that's because Jocko doesn't want to tag out. He wants to get all the glory.
I don't
Look
think
what
that's the
happening
case.
for him.
I think that Jocko has just become winded, he has become isolated, and he has become really in danger of seeing himself go down. But that said, he's got a little bit of separation here. Cannot yet again connect off the top rope, but finds a way out of that back suplex and gets a clothesline onto Bang Bang. Takes out Denny Douglas, and all of a sudden, he is a house of fire. That second wind is taking effect, and he is going to try and make it count here. And he gets a complete shot in on Bang Bang, and this could do it. But Bang Bang Barry Malone gets that shoulder up. Kid Jocko's rally not going to be enough. Kid Jocko trying to prevent that tag, but Bang Bang's reach just too long for the young man as Denny Douglas gets himself back into the ring here and continues to work on that leg of Jocko.
What they need to do is they need to make sure that that leg doesn't work anymore, because that way he can't do his 450 splash. He can't walk over to face and tag him in.
Very true. That base is so important in what the faceless ones do. And right now Jocko getting a little bit of energy back. Face getting his. Jocko taking down Denny Douglas, who got his eye off the ball for just a second, but that Inzaguri there not going to connect, and Denny Douglas in control yet again.
That's a long way down.
Yes, it is. That is true. And once again, you see the fire that Kid Jocko had summoned just creeping out. Oh, and now the ref's got to watch here. He's got his knee on the neck of Kid Jocko, and Ahmed is just... Now, this is despicable.
Trying to pin him.
That is absolutely despicable. That's a man's windpipe. That's a man's life. And not this way. Come on, Kid Jocko, get that foot up. There you go, kid.
You saw that he was down for a 10 count. But
He was
Face
down-
interfered and distracted the ref, so the ref couldn't do his job.
Broadway, you know damn well he was down there with a crushed windpipe. It had nothing to do with a pinning maneuver.
That was a pin right there. He went 1, 2, 3.
Not by the rules, it wasn't, and this match will thankfully continue because thankfully our
so-
senior official, Raul, has a better handle of the rules than
so
you do.
I'm biased, but It's thankfully the match didn't end when the people you wanted to win didn't win.
Because it would have ended under unscrupulous means, Broadway. I want to see a fair fight no matter who comes out on top.
No, I think that, man, if the honchos were doing exactly what the faceless ones were doing, you'd be like, good, they're getting beat up.
I don't know about that, but what I do know is Jocko is going to get that tag, and Face is back in. And he is Bang Bang Barry Malone isolated in that corner. Going to bring him up, going to try and hit something big here, and a German suplex keeps him locked in. Shades of Kurt Angle. As suddenly, Face, oh my goodness, looking for that third German. He's got it on Denny Douglas. 3 German suplexes, and the faceless ones are fired up with new life.
Ooh.
Denny Douglas takes a powerful shot there in the corner. That Uso splash twice there from Face, and now he looks to hit it on Bang Bang Barry Malone and does. And we are just seeing an Uso splash rally right now, Broadway.
I'm not happy about this.
You may not be happy, but that maneuver is going to make many a man happy as the faceless one suddenly getting these tandem maneuvers to click, suddenly getting all cylinders to fire. But Bang Bang Barry Malone rather smartly couldn't get to the pinfall, shoving Jocko in instead, and this match will continue.
Uh-oh. Hey, what's he doing out there?
Oh, PJ the Savage. He's looking to equalize things here. And we know that PJ and Ahmed have business on later on tonight, but they might start it right here, right now.
PJ's distracting the ref. This isn't fair.
PJ Melly not taking any liberties, not going after any man. But right now the Honchos have got Face in that headlock. And just enough time does Face have to get his wits about him to get out of the way. And it looks like we're going to see, oh my goodness, can we see that 450? Yes, we can! New champs! New champs!
No!
You're damn right!
No!
The hottest
No!
Broadway, look at my face.
No!
Look at me.
No.
Look at me. They are the captains now.
This is not fair. PJ Melly stuck his nose where he's not supposed to be.
Without throwing a single blow, PJ Melly has impacted this title match, and the faceless
Look,
ones.
you just admitted that PJ Melly interfered.
But he did not throw a single shot. He did not go to the lengths Ahmed did.
It still doesn't matter. You didn't do anything.
Be that as it may, Broadway. We have a new title change. We have new champions on the block, and the hottest challengers.
Careful, shut up, Jack. Turn off the music.
Hey! I got something to say. Sit y'all big ass down and listen to me.
Good.
Well, Denny Douglas has something to say, clearly. Fans don't want to hear any part of it.
I want to hear everything.
Sour grapes, Broadway.
We're about to win the match. We got Bad Boy coming out here messing it up.
Exactly.
From my perspective, that is not the way that this went down. Like I said, Broadway, all we are hearing is sour grapes. These fans do not want to hear a word that Denny Douglas is not going to.
I'm hearing them yell, "Honchos rock."
We might not have came out on top in this one, even though we always come out on top. Ain't that right, baby?
Not from where I'm sitting, Denny.
We gonna take that heavyweight championship off of you and put it on a member of the Walker clan, Prince Ahmed.
And we, alluding to that main event, ladies and gentlemen, it is coming up in short order.
Let me translate for you, Jack. He's saying that he's going to be the champion by the end of the night.
Well, let me translate equally for you. If you look at the body language of PJ the Savage Melly, he's thinking game on.
No, he's thinking
nonsense.
He's
nonsense.
Thinking, I am scared.
Doing just fine.
I can't
Shots fired.
Faceless one just clearly took it gold. And tonight I send that Egyptian back to Egypt.
Whoa.
Because I know every single one of you came here for one thing.
He's here legally.
You came here to see a fight. And a fight is what I'm going to give each and every one of you.
And that is a promise.
One more time, because this ain't my moment. The moment belongs to these two hard-working men in this ring.
Absolutely. PJ Savage, the heavyweight champion, laying down the law, and all credit to the Faceless Ones for coming out on top.
With the help of PJ Melly, let's put an asterisk next to this win.
Oh, no, we're not going to treat them like the Houston Astros. We're going to treat them like the champions they rightfully are, Broadway. No need to bang trash cans. No need to hide buzzers. Just great action and great skill from our new tag team champions. But right now, we are going to move as one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how do you like that action?
I didn't like that.
But you're going to like this because it is time for the WUW Women's Championship.
This time is the girls in action. Here she is, coming in from the dressing room. Is the one and only ex-champion, and she is Jada Rose.
And here she comes, one of the most decorated and dedicated member of the WUW women's roster. Jada Rose is here, and she has her sights set on one thing. Having earned the opportunity to face big girl Renee, she wants that title back on her waist, and she has the skills, make no mistake, to make it happen.
The one and only Big Girl Renee, and she is our girl champion.
But it is a uphill battle for Jada Rose, make no mistake, because big girl Renee, much like a couple of her fellow male title holders, has held that women's title on lock, Broadway. No one's been able to take it off her for the last several months. She knows she's got class, she knows she's got style, and she knows when she gets in that ring, she has power. And maybe now, 2 weeks ago on Flash, we did not get to see a proper conclusion to this match. Both Jada Rose and Big O Renee being taken out by Disturbia, but tonight when the lights are shining bright, when that star is high in the sky on February 29th, these two are ready to go to war once again, and let's see if we can get a fair and true finish to this encounter. Renee making it clear she thinks that belt's coming right back home. Jada Rose smiling. She loves that competition.
Here we go.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The WUW women's title here in our semi-main event. It is up for grabs. It is going to be a fierce competition, and I have no idea who is going to come out on top here. Right now, you see the power of big girl Renee asserting herself early and throwing Jada Rose by the wayside. That's not going to be the way for the challenger to do it. She cannot match her opponent for power, but she can beat her in the avenue of agility. Will we see Jada come into that her own tonight, or will we see big girl Renee stop that momentum before it gets going?
I think that Jada's kicks are what's going to be the deciding factor
Well,
in this match.
it will be interesting to see. Good that you mentioned her feet, because both women use their legs to absolute effect in their offense. Jada goes much more for quick and agile strikes. Renee goes for absolute power, and when she hits that big boot, it could be lights out immediately.
And Jada has less of a reach than Renee does, so Renee can hit that big boot from a little further away.
Absolutely.
Than Jada needs to hit her kicks.
Like a champion boxer, Jada is going to have to find a way to work in close and working inside, and that's where she's going to have to deal with some of the time, is just getting overpowered and outmeasured by the bigger woman. Going for that early boot, but couldn't get it. And there comes Jada with her feet. You notice those quick and agile strikes to pressure point areas on the thigh and calf there of Big Girl Renee. Gets herself over. That was a very nice dodge there, and comes in with a beautiful arm drag to boot. And now Jade is starting to assert that agility a little bit. You see right there.
Getting a little upset.
Of course, Big Girl Renee getting upset and getting close enough to make that powerful impact. We're not going to be enough here early in these stages. It takes a lot more to put Jada Rose down for the 3 count. See, they're coming in with that knee strike, and oh my goodness, and this is where you really have to watch out of your Jada Rose. Big Girl Renee has her up and could put her down.
Nope, blocking it.
Right there, you just see the power
Looks
advantage.
like she's going for the King's Tax.
She is going for that.
No, it's a sleeper hold.
Just a modified sleeper there, right? You are not trying to bring her to the ground in that full clinch the way that you do and the way that you beat the Irish Virus earlier this evening. But that being said, Jada Rose, that smile creeping off her face a little bit as she's been getting outpowered, and anytime she can get those strikes to hit, she is starting to get a little bit more furious with them. But that being said, Big Girl Renee keeping the fury at an even higher level. And Jade is in real trouble here on the ropes. Referee's got Junior official Raven Hoyt's got to get her off the ropes here.
My title, my ring.
And right now, she's being proved correct, Broadway. Is Jada Rose getting in offense when she can, but right now it has been all Big Girl Renee, but I spoke too soon. Jada Rose comes up and comes down with a beautiful, almost a modified Shining Wizard there, and has a pinfall. Cannot put Big Girl Renee down that quickly. It's going to take more of an effort here from the challenger. Oh, but right now, that's the type of effort that you just hate to see if you're Jada Rose. Getting that back wrenched out, cannot escape from the moment in that Boston Crab as Lady Renee is really low into that hold. But Jada Rose not going to tap, finds a way to hook that leg and get it over into a pinning predicament. These women are going toe-to-toe. It is fast and furious, and this is the type of action you will see from one of the best women's division in all of the independent scene today. As pinfall after pinfall, these women trying to get the better technical prowess on each other, and that technique battle might benefit Jada if she can get a second of separation here.
This match is almost as brutal as the match that was on Flash a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, indeed, as these women are not afraid to go to war with each other, and you wonder if they're keeping one eye open to see if Disturbia might be coming back at them. They clearly want to go toe-to-toe as warriors, but you never know when you have to be ready for the most chaotic faction to have crept into WUW in quite some time.
I don't know. I think they
Wait, Renee begging off here for a timeout. There are no timeouts in wrestling, champ. Come on.
No, there's plenty of timeouts. Sometimes you just got to make them your own by knocking out the ref.
Oh, no timeouts as far as Jade is concerned. Coming down with that axe handle and taking advantage while she can. And suddenly she's got her in a power clinch and a beautiful monkey flip to follow it up. Jada Rose catching her second win, getting that momentum to be on her side. And these fans are starting to wake up to see her perform.
You know what? I just had a thought that momentum is in Jada Rose's benefit on her side.
No question.
Why? Because so far every title has changed tonight.
And right you are. We have had 3 title matches and 3 title changes. If Jada Rose can seize on that momentum, she could catch Renee out. But right now, Renee just coming full force into these predicaments and getting Jada Rose dead to rights time and time again. Fans trying to exhort Jada back into action here, but Renee is just doing what Tyson Fury did back in his fight with Deontay Wilder, just pressing, just putting the superior amount of weight onto Jada Rose and just tiring her out by any means necessary.
That's not nice to say about a woman.
That's not what I'm implying, Broadway. I merely mean that Big Girl Renee is quite fit, quite muscular, and uses those extra pounds of muscle to absolutely stun Jada Rose. You're telling me that's not a power maneuver, Broadway?
I'm not saying it's not a power maneuver. whatever it is, I hope that Jada Rose likes oatmeal.
Yeah, certainly, because she's going to be eating mush and drinking through a straw with her diet for the rest of the week.
Especially if she hits the HBIC.
Oh my goodness, if Renee can get her over the HBIC, it's all over. But right now, trying to squeeze that core of Jada Rose, taking away that breath so that her agility is neutralized.
Oh, yeah, look.
Gets her over into a pinning predicament, a very interesting one, but not going to be there for a little.
Roll out of it and be able to get a little bit of space. Now, when you're in a move like this, you're constricted with your breath. So, hopefully, what Renee is doing is that every time Jada Rose breathes out, she's bringing her legs in a little bit closer.
Doing that as well, and also, even though the move has been broken, taking shots at the solar plexus as well. That will stop the breathing pretty quickly.
Because what do I always say? Can't see, can't fight, can't breathe, can't fight, can't walk, can't fight.
Right you are, but right now, Jada Rose saying, can breathe, can fight, can come back, can fight. Can bleed, can sweat, can break those tears, but I can come back. Jada Rose with a beautiful counter. Renee caught out by that, was not ready to see that kind of flexibility.
She's going for
that face buster of hers. And the big boot comes across. That boss boot by Big Girl Renee, and that's going to do it here. Wait a minute, Jada Rose pushes that leg off. That's a rarity. It's not often you see Big Girl Renee not finish off a match with that boot. Blocks that kick, does Big Girl Renee, but Jada is getting a little feisty and dangerous. What is it they say about a wounded animal is they are 10 times more dangerous? Jada Rose is a wounded warrior, and she is coming out with everything she has. Renee going to counter. Oh, my goodness.
HBIC.
She's got her in that HBIC position. She's got her up. Could she bring her down? No, Jada Rose counters just in time.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Oh, my goodness. She locked off for that clothesline. Big Girl Renee going for a DDT, but Jada Rose sneaks out of it in the nick of time, and she's got Big Girl Renee down to her size. This could be big. Oh, no. She's got her lined up for that face buster. Is she going to come through? No. Once again, another counter on a dominant maneuver. And Big Girl.
I'm going to start calling it face buster or stitching the plan.
Well, you got to call it something because right now these girls are trying to call up their heaviest shots and nobody can connect just yet. You see the fatigue setting in. You see this match taking its toll on both competitors, and you just wonder who is going to land that last shot. Who is going to come out on top with that one strike that makes all the difference?
If I were Renee, what I would do is I'd go for either the HBIC.
Oh, hang on. Here's that face buster. Jada hit the face buster. Jada hit the face buster. Could this be it? It is! My goodness gracious! 4 titles have changed hands here tonight, Broadway. And Jada Rose.
This is fantastic news for Prince Ahmed.
Oh, it is. You got to be nervous if you're the Savage, but you got to be so proud of Jada Rose right now. She has seen that mountaintop before. She sees the mountaintop now, and it is good. Welcome back to the top.
Do we have a hidden sportsmanship?
We might very well. Wait a minute here. It was a war, make no mistake about it. Official Raven Hoyt stepping in here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. A lot of tension here. Crowd's getting nervous here. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Could we be seeing Adam Bailey flashbacks? Oh, make no mistake. Big Girl Renee is not happy with the end of this match, but I do not think we have seen the end of the tension there between Raven and Renee. But right now, tension is about to boil over because it is time for our main event. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, it is going to be a heavyweight encounter, the likes of which you rarely see. It is going to be the challenger, Prince Ahmed, going toe-to-toe with PJ Savage Melly.
You mean PJ's going into his title loss? It's like the walk to the slaughter.
Let's give him a hand.
Oh my goodness. Well, nothing like a double dose of the Music Man. Showing out. This man can perform in the ring and he can perform as an official, and that is what you learn at WUW. All hands on deck. Learn the business. And Broadway, as you mentioned at the end of that women's title match, I would be loath if I didn't mention it as well. 4 title matches, 4 title changes. Could Prince Ahmed make it 5 for fighting?
I think he can. He'll be a Superman because it ain't easy to be him.
Well, that may be the case, but he's looking to make sure that he is not more than a one-hit wonder. He is here to stick it in and try to become a 2-time WUW heavyweight champion. But if he wants to win it twice, he's got to take that belt off a 3-time champion.
And if anyone could do it, it's Prince Ahmed.
He has done it. He has taken that title before, but he could do so again here tonight. One of the only men to pin PJ Melly in action.
And here he comes, the WUW heavyweight champ. He is no other than the man you know, PJ Melly.
And here we go. Our champion 3 times has he held that belt, looking to stay on that 3rd reign to keep his kingdom intact. But it will be an uphill battle this evening, make no mistake about it. But this crowd is hyped, they are rocking, and they are ready to see our main event come into full focus. I don't know about you, Broadway. I am so excited to be able to bring action like this. This evening at A Star is Shining has been wonderful. These fans have been into it. These wrestlers have given it their all. Our officials have been on point, and we are set to cap off the evening with an absolute hell of an encounter.
And you know what's even better is that if you want to keep watching WUW action, you can just go to YouTube and search WUW Flat.
Absolutely. What has started off as a love child of this house, WUW Flash, has continued on this month to become a force of nature for our club. And if you check us out every Thursday, you will see what the House of Real is all about. The links that we all go to train to be in this business. But right now, it is all business for our heavyweight champion and the challenger.
Look, he's afraid to get in the ring with him.
Oh, nonsense. Just staring him down.
Look, Ahmed's ready to go. PJ's just on the outside.
Well, we shall see. Ahmed may be ready
he's
to
afraid
go.
to get in the ring.
But Ahmed is jumping right into the deep end, and the Savages come right out of the gate with some furious strikes. Oh, PJ Melly gets stuck on that clothesline. Ahmed misses his, and PJ comes in with another strike. Both these men just tearing each other apart early on. Shot after shot right to the face and head of each gentleman. And that head scissor takedown. Oh my goodness. It didn't do a thing, Broadway.
Sent him back flying too.
I was to say, that was such an impact to have me doing Mario 64 sound effects. And right now the Savage is staging his dominion all over that ring and eyeing down the Prince to pull him back in the ring. But Prince Ahmed very smartly there, getting in on the armpit, getting in on the arm of the champion. And this has been the key to Ahmed's strategy in recent months. You find a body part and you wreck it. And right now PJ is in a little bit of trouble as the champion.
Well, that's the Walker way.
Oh my goodness. And that could have shattered the forearm right there. An unbelievable shot. And now Prince Ahmed once again. Oh my goodness, that beautiful bridging arm lock there. has PJ Millie planted on the mat and in a real dangerous position early on in this encounter.
Why isn't Robert Taylor counting for the pin on PJ?
PJ Millie still has activity in that other arm, barely keeping that shoulder up in what could have easily been a pinning predicament. But right now, Prince Ahmed has cut PJ down to size and is starting to have a real effect on the champion. Not going to be enough just yet. You got to go a little bit harder if you want to keep the Savage down. But Prince Ahmed, make no mistake about it, has come in with an excellent game plan. Is rending that left arm of PJ Millie to a pulp. And Ahmed now going after the head and neck. And Robert Taylor's got to step in here and break this up. Right now, Ahmed taking a second there to jaw with the crowd. Could that be? It might be a mistake, but PJ Millie making it into that mistake, getting that shot in. But Ahmed has stayed on top of the Savage this entire match thus far, and is really, well, he was starting to make inroads, but that's a type of shot that changes complexions. And now PJ Millie trying to seize on a little bit of energy, but he is really clearly, that left arm is causing him a severe amount of pain right now, Broadway. And that pain.
I'm just enjoying PJ Millie getting destroyed by Prince Ahmed.
Oh well, now come on, you got to be a little bit sympathetic there. And now the Prince is going to take something I've noticed about the Walker clan. They like taking those victory laps before they've actually won. And Prince Ahmed just jawing with the crowd, just trying to turn these people against him and trying to take away from PJ Savage's energy. But I don't know how much energy the champ is going to muster. Ahmed's game plan so far has been quite simply perfect, to the point where it is uncomfortable.
Well, of course, he's a walker.
Well, it has become uncomfortable, Broadway, to watch the damage being done to that left arm of the champion.
I'm enjoying every minute. I'm wishing I had popcorn right now.
Well, I mean, some of these fans have gotten popcorn at concessions over the course of the night, but there can be no popcorn here because we are about to pop off.
What phrasing?
And the Savage sees himself a minor opening here, but cannot get that feeling into that left arm, is really struggling here. I'm used to seeing the Savage pick up that pace and keep that power going, but he is in real trouble here. And watch that, the arm gives out on the suplex attempt. Prince Ahmed really just doing a number on the champ, and he has been in control here. Oh, goodness. Now going after the right arm. Feels like he's got that one arm neutralized, and this is a very smart maneuver by Ahmed, I dare say. First damaging the left and essentially rendering it incapable of movement.
Well, now he won't be able to pick him up for that Savage Land Nelson slam.
No, absolutely not. But going after the right arm as well. The bigger point here is that Ahmed is going to be able to keep PJ Millie. Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
He is cutting off the air and blood flow to the brain.
And to that other right arm, and PJ will not be able to kick out if both those arms lose all feeling. The shoulders can only take so much. PJ Millie, out of desperation, gets that foot up to get Ahmed off of him. But PJ Millie is so a desperation big boot there, but you can see the energy that has been detracted from our champ. Gotta watch the hair, does PJ. Credit where it's due. Referee Robert Taylor calling that out here. But PJ Millie wants to try and get a little bit of a rally here. And could we see those 10 punches? Oh no, he tried to go for the 10th one a little too slow.
Oh, and he landed on Prince Ahmed.
Landed on Prince Ahmed, but PJ Millie landed on his own face as well. And I will say,
that was not graceful.
No, it wasn't, but
it was effective.
Certainly, and not only that, but Prince Ahmed's game plan just continues to pay dividend after dividend. It's been a bad market right now. Everybody's been selling, but right now it just may be time to buy some stock in Prince Ahmed. Absolutely perfect this evening, but that perfection just came to a shuddering halt. PJ Melly with a beautiful bit of ring awareness there to keep himself alive.
Because he is the champion right now.
Make no mistake about it, he has earned that belt. He did not have it given to him. He has earned it by being tough, and you see that toughness coming in. That shoulder clearly giving him a grief, throwing those rights to avoid it. But you can see Ahmed really wants to lock in and continue to cause pain. PJ only has that right arm at his disposal, but right now the right arm will have to do.
He's going stone cold crazy on him.
Yes, he is. Oh, and both men with the same idea for the headbutts. And PJ Melly, my goodness gracious, what a headbutt maneuver that was.
He's almost all dead.
Well, PJ having to struggle to get up. He's got to find that strength.
After 10.
Oh, man, they're in real danger here. This could be a double countout. We may not have that title switch after all.
I don't know.
Both men to their feet at 9. This match will continue. Robert Taylor signals, let's get it on.
You know, I noticed the faceless ones are now.
Oh, my goodness. What a drop kick by Ahmed, seizing the momentum yet again. And once again, PJ's focus goes to those shoulders as they impact the mat.
I have a feeling that we might see the faceless ones because that's how PJ Melly works. He gets his friends to do all the work for him.
Nonsense. I think PJ Melly wants to win this on his own merits because that has been the story of his commitment to the world of unpredictable wrestling. He is marking 4 years in this promotion, and that is the kind of impact you make after 4 years. A beautiful spear to take this match back to the mat. And these men have got to get up here. Both
This is the
Robert.
second double down that we've had in this.
Absolutely. And here, PJ's got the pin. PJ's got the pin. But Prince Ahmed, beautiful ring awareness by Ahmed. Credit where it is due. I have many negative things to say about the Walker clan, but tonight, all I have seen.
You know, Robert Taylor's been dancing a little too much.
Well, all I've seen,
I
have seen from Ahmed is an excellently executed game plan.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that Robert Taylor, Prince Ahmed was down for about 3 if Robert Taylor had a better ring position.
That is true as it may be, but these men are both just doing everything they can.
No.
It's all out of fatigue here. Just going for whatever shot can land at the quickest, whatever thing you hit in the moment. But PJ Melly, oh goodness, he's looking for that corner drop kick, that savage fall. Savage kick! And he still has a rally left in him. And now I think PJ, with the damage he's taken, he'll take that ring out if he can get it. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look,
The champ is saying, I want to win this in the ring.
No,
I want to win this.
I want to beat him up more because
I think he's saying PJ Savage wants to win this the right way. That is the heart of a champion right there.
No,
you don't want that. You don't want a ring out. You don't want a cheap victory.
he wants to take him while he's down. He knows that he's injured.
Nonsense. If he wanted to do that, he wouldn't have thrown him back into the ring. He would have taken
No,
liberties
he
on
wants
the
to hurt
outside.
him more. That's what's going on.
All he wants to do is put Ahmed down fair and square, Broadway. I don't care what protests you might have. Oh no, come on, Ahmed. I just gave you credit for your game plan. Why would you go and do something like that? No, not like this. Not like this. There we go. PJ Melly gets that shoulder up, and it will not go down like that.
At least not yet.
PJ Melly quoting Cypress Hill saying, I ain't going out like that. I ain't going out like that. We ain't going out.
Well, I'm saying you're insane in the membrane.
I very well may be, but PJ Melly may have an opportunity to prove how he could just kill a man. But Bastet bomb from Ahmed getting set up, he might do it first.
You know, he thinks he's a rock star.
with that big house and fly cars, but PJ Melly about to go flying of his own. Oh my goodness, he's hit Robert Taylor square with that splash, and Robert Taylor has been knocked silly.
He ain't doing much dancing right now.
No, he's not. He's dancing with stars.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, the PJ Melly hit that power bomb.
Look, the Honchos are coming to help out Robert Taylor.
And hey, you know what? They're not coming to help out Robert Taylor. They're coming in to try and take
Robert Taylor.
nonsense. Dare I say it, BS Broadway.
They are coming to help the ref because that's what they do.
No, that's not what's going on here. They have circled the champion.
They're making sure that Robert Taylor does not get beat up anymore by PJ Savage.
That's not what I'm seeing. What I am seeing is, there we go. And just as I expected, I thought Ahmed was having a good game plan. The low blow proved otherwise. And now we are seeing the Honchos revert to type. And that is going to do it. Johnny Rodz has seen enough, and we are going to call this match off. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only apologize. We were watching an absolutely amazing main event, but it has turned into a flat brawl. But here come the faceless ones, chasing the Honchos to the wings.
Oh, sure, PJ needed his buddies to help him out.
It was a 3-on-1 onslaught, Broadway.
It
You can
was
hardly...
not.
Guess what? PJ Melly is maybe a foreign concept to you, Broadway, but PJ Melly has friends, and when he needed them most, they have come to his aid.
I don't need any friends. I got myself.
Well, you know what? Ahmed needs his friends right about now. Tries to escape that Savage bomb, but PJ Melly couldn't get all of it because of that arm, but he's going to get it all now. Nope, not quite. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Ahmed looking for that Bastet bomb. Nope. There it goes. Savage fall. And we are going to count that pin. And we are going to end this night right.
I don't agree with this at all.
Well,
The faceless ones interfered with this match.
nonsense. The Honchos came in. The Honchos put this match on the brink of being a no contest. I thought it was a no contest because Commissioner Rodz was deeply upset by what he saw. But the faceless ones came in, they stopped the barrage, and they gave PJ Melly the opportunity to win that title and defend it the right way. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier in this broadcast, a leap year is once every 4 years. A star is shining. It was genuinely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate in this ring, it is my duty to say, from my partner, my colleague, King John of the Broadway, I am the voice of the WUW, Manly Jack Manly, and we are going to wish you, well, wait, we're not quite yet, folks.
Everybody sit down right now. Can I get your attention for 1 second?
Champ's got something to say before we go.
First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and sitting in those seats and enjoying every match just like you did. And one thing I want to touch on, a little bit personal, but my brother Jonathan is here in attendance tonight, and he lost his daughter not too long ago. I want to dedicate everything I do in this ring to Haley Jonathan.
Absolutely, 100%. The Savages are not just warriors in the ring, they are warriors outside of the ring.
Of blood, sweat, and passion. And David, that fuels me. And I just want to say to each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you very much.
And from us here at Commentary, thank you as well. I am not going to jump the gun. We are going to go. From now, ladies and gentlemen, for King John of the Broadway, I am Manly Jack Manly, the voice of the WUW. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you, folks. This is the last match. I don't want nobody to leave the door until somebody tells me whose phone is this. This is your